I hate to say it, it's only going to be going one way, and that is Novak Djokovic will win Wimbledon this year. I can't see him losing. Simply too good. So dominant here at Wimbledon, and I reckon he's going to get to number 24 and 5 Wimbledons in a row.
The only person that can stop Novak Djokovic in this tournament is Novak Djokovic.
Andy Murray.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Or Sir Andy will come on. Other than that, it'll be Djokovic against his own body. Can he keep his body fit for the whole 2 weeks? If he can, probably name on the trophy. She has the easiest draw out of everyone. And I feel that Iga will win Wimbledon. She had a practice tournament this time. She didn't have one last year. She probably learned from her mistake.
I'm going to be going for Donovekic, the one with the 17th easiest draw according to AI. And I'm going to be having Donovekic winning Wimbledon 2023.
I would love to see Novak Djokovic take home his 24th Grand Slam title this year at Wimbledon. And I would like to see Sabalenka win as well.
Sebastian Korda claiming his first Grand Slam title. On the women's side, I'm going past the Vinko.
Kicking off on the men's side, Novak Djokovic will have as many Grand Slams as there are hours in the day. And on the women's side, I'm going with Ons Jabeur. She's going to be your women's champion. Let's go!
Another big win for Novak Djokovic in the men's singles. And for the women's, I think Ons Jabeur is going to make us very happy, and she's going to take the women's Wimbledon title.
Djokovic's dreams of a calendar slam are going to be shattered again. And it's the little Spaniard that's going to do it. Carlitos Alcaraz will win Wimbledon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to quarterfinal action from Wimbledon. World number 2, Novak Djokovic, 4-time defending champion in a row, trying to be the third man ever to make it 5 straight Wimbledons after Bjorn Borg and Roger Federer, also trying to tie Roger for most Wimbledons at 8. So, but he's facing world number 7, Andrey Rublev, the powerful forehand. Now, Rublev has had a pretty tough head-to-head against Nole, but I'll give you some predictions of mine coming up in a second. Now, Novak is serving the first game. It's 15-all, which means I need your predictions. So right after you hear this button, you see the prediction button. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win and what the score is going to be. Let's go! Yes, folks, we're underway. Novak is up 30-15 and has a second serve. So my prediction, I'm going Nole is going to take this one in 4. I was thinking 3, but I think Rublev might have 1 set in him. So yeah, I'm going Novak Djokovic in 4. And the winner of this match is going to face the winner of the other quarterfinal that's currently going on, Jannik Sinner versus Roman Safulin of Russia. So we got 3 Russians in the final 8 after Russians on the men's side, after Russians were unallowed to participate last year. So Djokovic, rarely does he have much pressure in his first service game, but 30-all here. So good start for Rublev. Let's take a look at the chat, folks. Ooh, it is popping off. Oh, another thing, folks, if you haven't done so already, please give us a like on this video. The goal is to get to at least 100. And also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that notification bell, and all will be well in the world. And Novak Djokovic with a serve out wide. Rublev, the forehand return into the net. Game point for Nole. Okay, folks, we got Gene in the house, a massive Nole fan, as you can tell by his profile pic. We got Danny Idemo Bray. Okay, we got Covey saying hello, or Suwan saying hello to me. Hello to you, my friend, and also Caveman. How are you, buddy? Djokovic in 3 close sets. Novak in 3. We got Djokovic. Let's see. Djokovic is going to lose, says Ted. So he's saying Rublev is going to take it 6-4. 3-6, 5-7, 7-5, 6-3 in 3 hours and 47 minutes. Suwan, straight sets for Nole. Charles saying, Covey, hello, Charles. Been a minute since I've seen your name in here. Welcome. Novak in 3. Like people for Covey. Thank you, Caveman. Rublev in 5. Backhand slice Novak. We got a good rally going. Forehand Rublev inside out. Backhand from Novak and Rublev. Oh, did that go out? Okay, the forehand, the last shot there from Rublev was a looper, and it went just long. So Novak had to work pretty hard, but comes through, and he is up 1-0. Folks, I think we might have to play the button there. Nole that was a really good service hole. Jane with the comment of the day so far, saying it's time to leave. There's a Rublev reference. We got Merle saying, let's go Novak with the heart emoji. Sagar, unfortunately, has lost $2,000 on Iga today. And then says, I don't think Rublev can beat King Novak. Well, Sagar, you already made one guess today. So maybe I'm just joking. We always make wrong guesses. It's impossible to be 100%. Let's go. Novak says, hope. It's Wimbledon. Anything can happen. Ruby might surprise the GOAT, says Utu Belize. Let's go. Nole, says Danny. Iga fell. Yes, Iga did fall. Let's get back to bold call from Ted. Good news for you, Covey. ATP 1000 in Toronto starts August 7th. Alcaraz, Djokovic, Runa have signed up. Oh, yeah, they're going to be there for sure. I don't think you're allowed to miss Masters unless you're injured or unless you've had, Novak, if he wants, he can miss them without it affecting rankings and stuff. But younger players, they actually have to go unless they are unable to for most Masters. I don't know the exact rules, and I know Monte Carlo is one that you don't necessarily have to because you're switching over so quick from Indian Wells in Miami. But yeah, there's some interesting kind of rules in that sense. I'm going to put my laptop on Do Not Disturb so no one bothers me because we are in game time here. It's 15-all. Rublev serving. So Rublev lost 1, 2, and 4 in the Australian Open. Was that the quarters as well? I think it might have been. Let me just double check that. It was, yes, quarterfinals. So, folks, believe it or not, Andrey Rublev is 0 wins and 7 losses in his Grand Slam quarterfinal career. So he's not only facing the greatest player potentially to ever play tennis, but he's also facing a record that has been very tough on him. Now, Nole, after a long rally, takes an inside-out forehand winner, and Nole is just, he will grind you down until you are finished, until you're turned into dust. So here we go. 26 likes so far. We're 1/4 of the way to our goal, and I know we're going to get to 100. I know it. Predictions for Jabeur Rybakina. Well, I picked Jabeur to win the whole tournament, folks. So I'm going on Jabeur. I'm sticking to my guns. I picked Nole and I picked Ons, and we had 128 players on the men's side. We're down to 8. I still have one of them alive. We had 128 women on the women's side. We're down to 8. I still have mine alive. So I'm going to keep sticking with what brought me to the dance here. Rublev with a very nice put-away volley at the net. So this is going to be a rally-filled match, folks. If it's up to Rublev, he probably wants to end the points a little bit quicker, but Nole can play it however you want. You want to play a power game, he'll do that. You want to grind it out, he'll do that. You want to go baseline all day long, he can do that. So I think there's definitely way more options for Nole to get the victory. There's different ways that he could win. He has more variety, whereas Rublev needs his forehand to be working, his serve to be good, and that was a beautiful ace of the tee. So he needs to be very strong on his serve, and then he's going to try and have to sneak into some Nole service games and put pressure on him. Hello, Cedric. What up? We got Cedric saying hi to Mayor and Cedric to Caveman. I feel so bad for Rublev with this quarterfinal situation. Well, he's got a chance to change it, and you only get a few of those in your life. I have a feeling Owens will get her revenge, says Todd. I got Rybakina. you can't really go wrong picking Rybakina as well. I love her, and I'm going to be happy no matter who wins. But I just want Ons to win one major for herself, for her continent, for her culture, for her religion. It would be good for like Muslim women, African women to be able to see, another African woman lift up the trophy. Rublev's strengths are his consistency and ability to overpower opponents. It won't be a cakewalk for Novak, says Amit. Thank you for that. Mrs. Malfise is playing amazing tennis. She absolutely is. Lopez Amigo. Cubby, I picked Rakic to repeat as champion, so something's got to give. Yep. We got an immovable force against an irresistible object. So Novak, by the way, Rublev does hold. Novak serving now. Forehand Rublev, backhand Novak. Rublev on the run. Backhand, that was a chipper, but it goes into the net. Didn't have enough height. Novak 15 love. Are you guys checking Sinner match? I am really amazed how hard Sinner is hitting the balls. Yeah, he is one of the best ball strikers, no question about it. I obviously was watching both matches, the Svitolina Iga match and the Sinner match, but now I'm all eyes on Nole. But Sinner is... Oh, it's one set apiece here, folks. And Safiullin is serving... he's serving on serve at 0-1 early in set number 3. So Safiullin takes the second set. Did not see that. I saw Sinner break at 4-all in the first set to take a 5-4 lead, and then he closed it out 6-4. Idemo Nole says Vojkan Miladinovic. Are you guys welcome, Vojkan? Very cool name. Are you guys checking Sinner match? Oh, we already said that. Yeah, Rublev doesn't really have a plan B. His game is just see the ball, hit ball. If it doesn't work, then just hits harder. Yeah, there you go. Is it prone to many errors? I mean, if you're talking about Rublev, he's prone to more errors than Novak. One of the things Novak is known for is not making that many errors. He is really good under pressure in big moments. First serve at 15-all is a let. How many chats today because of Nole or Covey? So many chats today because of Nole or Covey. There you go. Got Idemo Nole from Svetlana Dimitrievich. Another Vojkan Yashta, says Caveman. Cedric Lopez is a Sinner fan. We got Seka Radulovic, Idemo Duso, Polako, I Sigurno. How to watch live? Nisha Lawrence, thank you for that. The question. We do not, we're not allowed to show the match, or else they will cut the stream. So unfortunately, you're going to have to find one on your own. It depends on what country you are and what websites are allowed in your country. I know in Canada they have it on our local sports channel, but we unfortunately don't have any links that we're allowed to share, or that I know of, to be quite honest. We got Stokic Olga saying Nole Idemo. Covey, do you know what goes into this serve rating stat? I have looked at it before. I don't remember at the moment. Let's see. I think it takes in like depth, the speed, the placement in the box, things like that. Let's see. Okay, so all right, Rublev trying to pass Nole, but Nole rushes over to his right and drops a beautiful touch volley into the open space, and Nole holds pretty easily, I would say. Okay, the serve rating adds 4 service metrics percentages plus the average number of aces per match and subtracts the average number of double faults per match. Let's see. So serve rating is ace percentage minus double fault percentage plus first serve percentage plus first serve points 1 plus second serve points 1 percentage plus break point save percentage plus service games 1 percentage. So it's a very convoluted equation. It's not less easy. So good question there. Hi, folks, from Adrian saying just got on, but over on court 1, haha, Safiullin hit a completely lucky dead net cord at break point down. Your Serbian is great, Covey. Oh, thank you very much. I definitely do not pretend to know any Serbian, but I'm just trying to read read whatever I can. I know that the J's are more of a y sound, so that kind of helps me. Svetlana Dimitrijevic, pozdrav svima, koji navijaju za Novaka. Something about Novak there. Like the stream for Covey, folks. Yeah, if you haven't done so yet, hit the like button. We're at 30. We're trying to get to 100. Rublev. Now we're on serve here. Andrey Rublev serving at 1-2. So far, so good for the servers in all 3 games. Novak with a backhand return off second serve, forehand from Rublev. Now Nole with a backhand slice, and he approaches. Rublev with a nice passing shot cross court, and it is 15-love. He got a lot of whip on that. 15 minutes now into this match. And good little chip and charge attempt, but Rublev saw an opening and he took it. Nicely done for the Russian, 25-year-old Andrey Rublev. World number 7 is Andrey Rublev, also the 7th seed. Novak is world number 2 and the 2nd seed. 30 love here for Rublev. Good start here. So who is leading the serve rating? I'm not sure. It's usually a big server. It might even be someone like Berrettini or Jari who are out of the tournament now. Oh, damn. Thank you, Covey. No worries. No worries. Not sure what others think, but I don't like this matchup myself, especially on grass. Just not good at all for Rublev, I feel. Yeah, Rublev did beat Novak last year in Serbia. However, I watched that match, and Nole, that was when he hadn't played any tournaments because he was not allowed into the United States. So he had to miss the whole Sunshine Swing, the 2 Masters tournaments there, and he wasn't in good form. He played Monte Carlo, lost early to Davidovich Fekina, I believe. And then he just didn't have his legs. He actually got bageled by Rublev, and you could tell he just didn't have he wasn't in game shape match shape at the time. So even though Rublev won that match, I still, it was basically they played 4 times, and Nole has not dropped a single set in any of the other 3 matches. He won, Novak has beaten Rublev in the world, the tour finals in 2021 and 2022, both times in straight sets. Novak also won in Australia this year in straight sets in the quarterfinals at this exact stage. And then in Belgrade last year was the only time Rublev took a couple of sets. But again, Novak was just not in any sort of match form at the moment, or at that time. All right, so Rublev up 40-15, second serve for Nole to take a look at. Serve is good. Backhand return just wide, landing in the alleyway. So Rublev holds pretty comfortably there, and it is 2 games apiece. And how about a little bit of love for the Russian?
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Rublev.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Andrey Rublev. Andrey Rublev. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just getting my buttons in order here. Something that I normally do, but forgot to before for some reason. We got the match point button. We got the business end, consolidation, break. Where's my lamb shank? It's the only one I'm missing. I need my lamb shanker. There it is. All right, we are in order, folks. We got everything down. So, Nole serving. Second serve is good to start off this game. Backhand from Rublev is inside out, and it's a winner. So, takes the first point on the Nole serve. Now, Nole did play two days in a row because 2 days ago he had won the first 2 sets against Hubert Hurkacz, round of 16 match, after 2 very tight tiebreak sets, and then they had to call it for curfew, and then Nole played another couple sets yesterday, but I don't think it's not going to really affect him too much. He knows how to hang. Hey, look who we got over here, folks. Welcome, everyone, to... Are you ready, Zach? I'm going to add you.
All right. We got another member of Nole fam. Oh,
Yeah, there you.
Djokovic in the house.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We got tons of Nole fans here. Ooh, Nole with a shoestring half volley drop into the open side. Beautifully done. So navigating his way out of a love 15 start, and it's now 30-15 for Nole. So you're a Nole fan? He's your
yes.
favorite? My favorite's actually Carlos Alcaraz is actually my favorite current player. But I'm a fan of all the like for me.
So I hate
like
you. That's fine. I'm just.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just kidding. No.
You know, for me, I want them to face each other because I want tennis to be elevated. Meaning, they both are like the two best players, and they can produce tennis that we've never seen before, or something close to that. So I'm always like, you know, if you ask me, do I want Alcaraz to win 6-love, 6-love, 6-loves, or lose in a 5-set thriller? I will choose to lose in a 5-set thriller because I just enjoy the tennis. You know,
that's a great perspective. I mean, that's the thing. When they play most players, you know, they're at like 70%, 80%. You know, they're not at 100% unless they're pushed, like, to go to 100%, right?
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
Sure. I mean,
that's why I'm always excited for, you know, Alcaraz Sinner, you know, Sinner Novak Alcaraz, you know, obviously Nadal you could throw in there when he was playing. But yeah, for me, it's all about, like, I just love when these players, because certain players have an ability to elevate the game, and these guys are in that. So Novak does hold. It was a game to 15, so very strong hold for each player so far. They've been killing it.
I was just getting some food after the last stream and just watching as I was eating something and trying to stretch too. I played tennis for 2 hours today, and after doing that live stream without moving, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not stretch somehow if I'm doing that. But
you got to get that nutrients in your belly, my friend. Not just the players, us commentators do too. We're sitting here on a chair for 3 to 5, 6 hours if there's rain delays sometimes. So,
but Rublev was under a lot of pressure in that first game. Like, I mean, Nole's already putting pressure on him. Pretty good. He's no serve bot. He's no Hubie Hurkacz serve bot.
No, he's not. Although, I mean, if someone asked me, would you rather have Novak serving for a match or Hubert Hurkacz? It's not even a question. I would laugh at you for asking me, because I mean, look at Hubert Hurkacz in that first set tiebreak. He was up 6-3, 3-set points, and he just melted down. Every shot he became a scared little bunny rabbit shaking in his boots.
He can be quite good closing out. I just think there's a different thing when you're on center court against Djokovic.
For sure. I mean, if he was playing like Alcaraz, for example, he wouldn't have seized up that much, or you know, maybe a little with Alcaraz, but you know what I mean?
Well,
he wouldn't have.
There's certain players who have that. I mean, the big three on the women's. I mean, there's certain players they revel in that moment. You know, it's Michael Jordan. We call it the Michael Jordan gene, whatever.
Yeah, the Kobe Michael Jordan mentality.
But
Rublev, that was a wonderful rally there.
We got love 30 on Rublev's serve. So yeah, I mean, I just think as much as Charles Cross asks, you played tennis, but did you play tennis well? I would say I played very well today. I really had a good day. It was a good day but I'm no pro. So and I was playing with someone who wins ITF tournaments at least easily. So I had no chance, but I played really good tennis. I was really happy with myself. I think you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Hubie can have a better service match. Like, he's one of the top 3 servers. Him, Kyrgios, Djokovic, I think it was the stats were showing. And still, he had an above average service match. So he really brought his best. He broke down at a couple of points, which was really hard to see. But it just shows, too, there's no room for error against Djokovic. Like, you can't mess up for a couple of points. Yeah. And I mean, it's just, I mean, I don't think you can compare him trying to beat Novak to other.
Hey, Zach, sorry to cut you off. We got
Yeah,
a break point here.
15-40.
I'm going to call this. It's 15-40. Rublev serving. He's under some big pressure. Serve is good. Novak return is long. So one
Yes.
break point saved. One more in the back pocket, though, for Novak Djokovic. Don't want to give him too many of those. Okay. All right. We got a
Let's see.
Matthew McConaughey
Second
fan
chance.
here for
Can
Adil.
you just to sync up on, can you tell me what you're seeing right now on the
Yeah, it's 40-30. He just hit the first serve in, block back return, and it goes long.
Okay, yeah. So I'm a little bit like 5 seconds, maybe 5 to 10 seconds ahead of you. So I'm going to refrain
you're
from
ahead
commenting.
of me?
I'm going to leave play by play to you
Yeah,
because
I think
it
maybe
doesn't
that would
work if I do it, because then I'm ahead of you.
How you're ahead of me, huh? How is that?
Yeah, because Europe is over here for ahead of you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Are you watching on the stream? I'm watching on through the TV.
Bet365. I'm watching it on Bet365.
Yeah, so I'm watching through the TV, and the TV seems to have a landline that's quicker than anything on the web.
Really? Are you watching? What are you watching on? Like on network TV?
Yeah, network TV in Poland. I'm in Poland.
So
right
it's
now.
advantage Djokovic for you right now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Rublev is serving right now on my side.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Yeah, because Bet365 is usually up to the second, but I guess Poland has a little advance there. So Djokovic with a backhand on his second shot after the return, and he misses that. We're back to deuce.
No, I think just anything web-based is using different. Like I think they're using physical. Just different connection.
Gotcha.
Oh,
serve from Rublev and Rublev ripped his shot from. He had a short ball at the net. He ripped it right at Novak, and Novak got a racket on it, but it lands in the alleyway. So Rublev now with the advantage. Good aggression there, and he almost got unlucky. If Nole got that landing in, it was so deep into the court, Rublev wouldn't have had a chance on it. Okay. There's something written over it, Nole or Serbia. He's the first row.
Something on his shirt, I think.
I don't fully understand the comment there, Goldflake, but something about a shirt. Covey, I'm watching ESPN. They are a little ahead of you. Really?
Well, there's a delay on us broadcasting to people. So they let's see the rally here.
Rublev up the line, backhand Nole cross court. Now Rublev goes up the line on the other side, and then the other side. Nole with a backhand lob, which lands in. Rublev overhead smashes it up the line, but Nole blocks that with like a kick save and a beauty if he was a hockey goalie. Forehand Rublev, forehand Nole, backhand Rublev cross court. Same thing Nole. And Rublev goes long on his backhand, and we are back to deuce. Nole is moving really well, folks. 20-shot rally, longest of the day so far.
What a point, huh? My goodness. And I mean, I just think Novak is happy to be in rallies again.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah, I'm
also you have to think
that he's not facing Bublik because the big servers are the ones that I think may pose more problems for Nole. But even then, he's obviously pretty good at handling it. But
Bublik just unpredictable too. He could win every service game, and then he could go for crazy winners on a return game and somehow win it. Right? You never know. Like he's just unpredictable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, he's got that sort of curious sort of player, dramatic, very high skill level, between the leg type of.
Just very unpredictable. Like I mean, so many tennis players are very predictable. They have their patterns, they have their rhythm, and they're very predictable, right? And so it makes you nervous when you're playing someone very unpredictable. Second serve for Rublev here.
And serve is good. Backhand return, Nole. Inside out, Rublev is the winner, and he is on serve level at 3-all.
Rublev keeps it on serve a little longer here, but he's feeling a lot of pressure on his service games. And the thing I was going to say is I think, Djokovic obviously had to play 2 days in a row, but he didn't have to move a lot because it was just so many,
0 to 4
quick
shot rallies, right?
Yeah. So I think he gets a little benefit from that in that now he's got his legs more. He's got more. Yeah, I would assume it helps him physically, right?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think that the 2 days in a row was really that much of a bother for him. He knows how to handle himself. He knows how to get rest, recuperation in majors. He's comfortable here, so he knows how to do it. I wouldn't. I mean, if he had to play like 4 hours and then another 2 the next day, then I could be like, okay. But Nole, I'm not too worried.
I mean, that case was really just basically like playing a Masters tournament where you're playing one day after another. I mean, it was just two set matches basically. So just like a normal back-to-back kind of tournament. So
Nole up 15-love here. Methodically bouncing the ball as he does. It's 5:30 right now in London, England. We got 5.5 hours before the curfew. Will we make it, folks? I think we will easily make it. Second serve coming up here for Nole. Now, one thing with Rublev is he does have the ability to make Nole get tired because he does have good legs as well.
Yeah. Yep.
But again, Nole does know how to handle these sort of situations. That's the thing. He's just so many different ways that he's got the whole bag of tricks. He knows the different things that he can use against different players.
Yeah. I mean, who is it who said the other day, like tell me his weakness. Like, what's his weakness? Like,
yeah.
So who was that who said that? It was like, I don't know. It was one professional commentator or player. It might have been a player, but it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Like, what's his weakness? Like, what do you try to do to him to win? Like, and if you have one small weakness, he's going to just tear into it,
Yeah. These top guys they exploit everything.
And he's serving like a total serve bot. You want to give him a button? I don't know what you want to do with the...
Game to love. I'll hit the buttons here. So game to love for Nole on serve at in the first set. We got Ghosty in the house saying Joker travels with too many fridges full of adrenochrome and crushed up shards of infinity stones that he mixes into his breakfast smoothie. You forgot the kale, Ghost. You forgot the kale.
Well, I will say, for any long timers, the mini fridge reference goes back to one of the most epic arguments on GTL like a couple years ago, which anyone who's been watching this long will know because it came up in like stream after stream for like a year. But
I actually wasn't aware of that. That's funny.
It's JG and Ben had a long argument about what a mini fridge was.
No, Ghost here. I thought it was just rice and veggies. We got Daria here, not the biggest Nole fan. I know Daria is a big Alcaraz fan as well, saying even though Nole is best, his game looks so boring. I mean, I think these guys, Alcaraz, Sinner, the way that they strike the ball, there's so much force and power and great movement and stuff that, Nole plays percentages. He's like a chess master. He knows the patterns of what the point, how it's going to play out. He's like, okay, I'm going to go serve it out wide. Then they're going to return it cross court. Then I'm going to go up the line. And then I'm going to rush into it. Like he's got like 6 or 7 different like options ready to go. Like if he does this, I do that. So he's more of a methodical type player. Zach, are you a one-hand or two-handed backhand?
I'm one-handed, but I try to throw in two-handed back. I'm learning to hit with a two-hander sometimes when I need it. So I hit one-handed backhand. But
Okay.
you asked me my favorite. My favorite player is Nishikori, and I love Gaston, this small young French guy
Oh, yeah, for sure.
who got fined a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Very clever tennis, but Djokovic is like one of my favorites, and he's my favorite of the kind of Superman category.
Remember last year when he actually landed on his stomach on the grass at Wimbledon and did the Superman from his belly? That was amazing.
Yeah,
Rublev with a +1 inside out ripper landing on the baseline, clean winner. And this is a little bit better of a service game, less pressure for him. 40 love for the Russian. Boom. This is the man known for the ripping forehand. He's got his own clothing line called Rublo, looking fly in the
really?
white.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We got the Vamos tennis post. I hope Carlos can win over Runa tomorrow. Going to be a tough match for sure. I think a lot of people are going to be looking for that one. I was lucky enough to call the first biggest popcorn match of the men's side yesterday, which was Alcaraz Berrettini. And hopefully, we'll see how the schedule works out. What's up with Ben and JG, but hopefully I'll be able to call that one as well. If not, I'll definitely be tuned in 100p. I think those guys are the future, and I think they're going to announce themselves to the English population properly tomorrow. Rublev with a nice +1 inside out, and he goes game to 15. I think we should give him a button. That was pretty solid.
Yeah, that was a very good game.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Rublev.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Andrey Rublev.
He is quite a character, huh? I mean, he's going to bring intensity and firepower for the full match. No matter how long it goes, Rublev will be there. Yeah, I mean, that epic shot against Bublik is just like, it's like just the quintessential shot for Rublev. I mean, it captures who he is, right?
Oh, you mean that one that set up the match point, that diving squash shot forehand? And Bublik was celebrating. That was the funniest thing. He was literally celebrating on his backhand. And then he didn't even try to move for the actual shot because he was so stunned. Those are the types.
You just know he's going to fight to the end. He's going to do everything. He's going to get bloody if he has to. And I think that's the challenge with him. And like you said, that he could run Djokovic a lot potentially.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Djokovic's precision in this tournament. Some commentators we were discussing. I mean, do you recall seeing him start a tournament so well?
Well, I've been saying that from the middle of the French Open till now is the best stretch that I've ever seen him in terms of consistently being starting matches at a 90, you know what I mean? And then just going upwards. I've just never seen a run like this. And I know he's had full years that were spectacular and record breaking in themselves. But just the fact, no real slow starts. He's just in it from the beginning. The slowest start you could say that he had was against Hubert Hurkacz, but finished strong in both of those first tie breaks, first two sets, and boom. Now now he's got all the pressure off of him. I wasn't worried whatsoever when Hurkacz got that third set because it's he's not going to win 3 of these against Nole.
Exactly.
And a row in one day.
Yeah. It wasn't like Novak started slow. He just honestly, I don't know if you saw Djokovic's statement. He said he's never felt so hopeless on return. He's never.
Yeah, no, I did hear. I remember I heard him say I don't remember the last time that I had this much trouble on a server.
Oh well, I saw a statement that he said he's never felt so hopeless or helpless on serve before.
I could see that.
And he said, the match could have gone other way. Of course, that's him being polite because in the end, who's going? But still, I mean, it was just phenomenal serving. So I don't know if he really struggled to get in it. It's just he doesn't really have the opportunity. I'll just share some love from Nishikori here. The Vamos Tennis Post. I don't think I've ever known someone who has had Nishikori as their favorite player. But yeah, he is a very good player and has hands and skills are amazing to watch.
Nishikori, he's gonna. Hopefully, he'll be back for the U.S. Open. He was in He won a challenger recently, the same week that Andy did. Actually, it was a blast from the past for those two. Rublev with a return up the middle. Nole with a backhand cross court, moving Rublev around and then wrong footing him. But Rublev gets the racket on it and pushes a floater right at the net where Nole was waiting and finishes that cross court kind of overhead there. So 40-30 game point for Nole, 5 points away from the first set.
I mean,
Although
Rublev is
will have something
a
to say about
solid
it.
top 10 player, and you're watching that point, and you're just like, he looks like the student playing with the pro, and the pro can just easily do whatever's needed, and he's scrambling trying to win the point. It's just like, it's just ridiculous. I mean,
yeah, and another thing about Nole is his anticipation. I feel like it's gotten better and better, which is in itself is really crazy. Like, how many times do you think, okay, the guy's got a 50-50 short ball against Nole? He just guesses right, and then he puts the ball back in, and you're like, what the heck? Did you have what do you, like, how are you reading this? Does he have a tick that says he's going to the right that you read every time? It's amazing.
yeah, no. And you were talking about his stats sort of earlier, just sort of like knowing like where the ball is going to be played and stuff. And I've wondered like how much he gets from his team on the stat front and how much he uses that during a match, or if it's just all like just his experience. And I mean, I know he has good stats people, but I don't know how much, like, I don't know the detail of that, but it seems sometimes when you're watching him, like he just knows too much. Like, oh my, well, here we have,
and it is a break point opportunity for Rublev right on time. If he gets this next point, folks, Rublev will be serving for the first set. Nole was pushing, was running to his right, and then after he hit the ball, he was trying to stop so he could get back to the middle of the court, but his right foot slipped, was unable to get up. So Rublev sets up his first break point of the match. Actually, that's not true. His second break point. Nole had one, but he saved it. Serve is good. Forehand return up the middle. Forehand Nole. Forehand Rublev. Forehand Nole. Short ball. Rublev with an inside-out winner, and it is the first break of the game. Goes to the Russian, who had that on their bingo scorecard. Let's give a little bit of love as well for Rublev for the break here.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Rublev.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Andrey Rublev.
We got My Name is Strip in here. Rublev with 5 Russian flags. Meanwhile, 40 all, Covey, says Goldflake. Goldflake unhappy. FML. There we go. So we got some lots of Nole fans.
We're singing Djokovic's praises, and Rublev snatches a break serving for the set. So
it always happens like that, you know. Yesterday, Ben and I were talking about how amazing Nole's like his serve has been, because he went 58 games without facing a single break point. 53 games. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. And then right away, double fault. It was so perfect.
That's crazy. GTL rules the tennis universe. We know that, right?
We got
Controls
it, man.
the tennis universe.
Adil, I was not expecting that. Big Nole fan who will be coming up to the Laver Cup in Vancouver from Seattle.
Okay,
all right, folks. So Rublev.
Game.
And a beautiful serve out wide. It wasn't an ace as Nole got an end of his racket on it, but it did not come back into the court at all. It went into the stands, as a matter of fact, and it's 15-love. So Rublev now just 3 points away. Oh, look at this. Nicolette. JG told me to rest easy on this one. He was jinxing it. Nice.
Yes. Yeah, I was trying to show that too.
Ooh, Rublev with a rally ball forehand into the net. So Nole, you know he's not going to give up, especially as the pressure mounts. He generally elevates his game. There's Rublev. Big serve, backhand block, and into the net. So 30-15 now. Rublev is looking very calm. His demeanor is not, like Hurkacz yesterday when he had 2 days ago, when he had the chances to go up set point, he crumbled. But right now, Rublev's looking very calm because he's an emotional guy. You know, if something goes wrong, you can kind of see it on his face and his movements. But
Yeah.
kind of impressive here. He's kind of centered within himself a little bit. So
Maybe
So-
just not expecting that. I mean, he normally expects to win. I think even when he plays big players.
you think? I know.
Rublev.
I feel like Rublev. Sometimes I wonder about his self confidence because he'll be like, "Oh, I have no chance to beat this player," or "Oh, I could never replicate that shot. I was so lucky." And I'm like, you could, and you can beat these players. He's got to believe in himself. I think more than he does.
He hit the
That's
net
how I
there
feel.
though, and it's 30-30. Yeah, I mean, I just think he expects, and he's like frustrated when he's not doing his best. But against Djokovic, he must have no expectation of winning this match.
That's the thing. Like, does he really believe? And we're gonna find out. He rips a forehand there, which Nole cannot handle. But Nole's backhand into the net there. So we have a set point now for Andrey Rublev, folks.
I can't watch. This is scary.
Yeah, it's so funny. For me, I'm a hockey player growing up. So for me, like when I get to the can't watch situation, like with tennis, I'm always, I can feel the tension and stuff like that. But I'm not so attached to any one player that it's hard for me to watch. And it's kind of interesting because in the comments, Nole with a return off the second serve is a backhand into the net. And Rublev takes the first set 6-4. So for the first time in this tournament, Novak Djokovic finds himself behind, and we're going to give Rublev a little bit of love here. So good job, 6-4 for the Russian.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Rublev.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Andrey Rublev.
Okay, so Andrey
Good
Rublev.
comment from Goldflake here. I felt like Nole was phoning it in since the beginning of the match. I mean, he was making winning look easy, but then he also gave away a break, and maybe he is too relaxed right now. I mean, maybe he was too relaxed. What do you think?
No, I mean, look, he's a human being. Sometimes I think that fans of players are just like, oh, they lose a set, it's over. I'm like, come on, it's Nole. I would literally bet more money on Nole when he's down 2-love in a Grand Slam than I would at the beginning of the match, because I would get no odds at the beginning of the match. If I put $100 on Nole at the beginning of the match, they'll be like, oh, he's going to win. You get $120. But if you put $100 when he's down 2-love, I would be confident that I'm going to make like $800 on that. You know what I mean? So yeah. I do find in tennis, even commentators on broadcast network, they kind of just assume that the higher seed is going to win every single time. And if there's any deviation in that, people are like, oh my God. Yeah. Like when I was calling the end of the beginning and the end of the Nole match against Hurkacz. And he lost the first set he lost the third set on the second day. And everyone was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I can't believe this. I can't handle this. And I was like, it's Novak Djokovic. I'm like completely confident that Hubert Hurkacz has like about a 1% chance to win 3 sets in one day against him. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? So, but I do understand when you're a fan of someone, you want to, you want them to win. You don't want them to drop any sets or whatever. But
Well, I think I agree with this comment from Adrian Wilson. I actually think Rublev probably has more mental difficulties when he plays Zverev or Medvedev than even Djokovic, whom he kind of grew up with. I agree. I think he's had a very hard time ever beating them. They play like the perfect kind of counter game to him, and he's very much struggled. And he's good friends with Medvedev. So I think he does have more of a kind of little brother inferiority complex with them or something. With Djokovic, I think I don't think he has expectations, so it's not like he's expected that he should be able to beat him or something. But
yeah, I can see that. By the way, Todd Hill, just to remind you, Nicolette isn't the only one whose championship predictions are still alive, because I got Ons Jabeur and Novak Djokovic. So want to throw that in there. Just want to toot my own horn a little bit, even though I don't play the horn. 30-love Novak here to kick off set number 2. So good start after not the best ending to set number 1. But I don't see too much panic on Goran's face or his wife's face over in his player's box. They have confidence in him. Oh, what a ripper of a return. But Nole with a beautiful stab backhand cross-court volley. And then Rublev puts that one into the net. See, that's the type of shot, the anticipation where you're just like, what the heck, man? You know?
But then also the skill to put it like in a very hard to hit spot. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Most players, if they're doing a serve and volley, they're going more up the middle there, but he read that Rublev was out wide. So he's like, I'm not going to come straight up the middle. And if he had gone up the middle, he wouldn't have been able to reach that backhand. It's a hold to love. So, ba-ba-ba-bum, bum, bum. Rublev is Medi's kid's godfather.
Yes.
And his sister's girlfriend's dog's best friend's buddy as well. Now I'm just making that up.
I was like, say what?
Wow, Rublev. I really thought this was going to be a Novak win in straight sets. Glad I'm being proved wrong. Well, hey, when Covey guesses 4 sets for Novak, pretty good chance it's going to happen. I mean, I called Novak in 4 yesterday. So.
I was also thinking 4 for this one, but I was expecting Djokovic to get the first set in this case. I just thought Rublev would fight one out somehow. He just always gives 100%. He's always high intensity. His ability to be consistent is phenomenal.
For sure. Here's Rublev's second serve to kick off game number 2 here in set number 2. And we're into the rally. Backhand slice from Rublev and a forehand inside in from Novak. And then cross court from Rublev. Novak with some good defense. Just going side to side. Rublev is unable to figure this man out. Now Novak backhand cross court. Rublev up the line. Forehand cross court. Novak and Rublev goes long on his forehand attempt response. And it is love 15. Nole is looking focused here, folks. Would not be surprised if he's trying to make a quick move and grab an early break. The way he was moving on that point, back and forth, unbelievable. This guy's, it's like he's made of rubber. Does he even have bones, or is it just
ridiculous
rubber?
Point? And you can see he's shifting. Rublev's on attack like he always is. And Djokovic is doing ridiculous stuff, and Rublev starts to get scared. And Rublev switches it. He had a backhand cross court that he pulled pretty wide, like stretched the court, and Rublev started getting on his back foot. And then you can almost feel the panic kicking in because Rublev is like, crap, this point is turning on me, And
now
boom.
Double fault.
Yep.
So it's all that. Yeah, it's funny because Rublev is on the offense. He's inside the baseline. Novak is behind the baseline, running back and forth. But somehow
stretching like Gumby.
But the feeling is that Novak has the upper hand, which is just it's crazy.
And how does it feel to be the player in that case? You know,
for sure. Here we go, second serve now. So Rublev better be careful here. And Nole with a long backhand return off the second serve, and he's looking at his box saying something, not happy with that. I think he understood that he would have had a really great opportunity had he got that second serve in.
Charles Cross here highlights that there was a stat on the screen that said Novak has won 45 major matches after losing the first set.
Boom. There you go. So I was talking about putting money, right? When he's losing. That's the best time to put money on Novak is when he's losing because another double fault. So Rublev. So this is where Rublev, if he's not careful, he can start getting down on himself. He can start feeling the pressure, and you don't want that if you're a Rublev fan.
Charles Cross also says he has money on Eubanks getting through to the semis.
I just wonder about the one-hand backhand against Medvedev. Medvedev gets everything back. And Eubanks has a good one-hand backhand, but it's not super great. And I think Medvedev is going to work that wing. So I don't see Eubanks going into the semis, but It would be an amazing story, and I would not be sad if that were the case. I'm a fan of both of those players, to be honest. But I really like Eubanks. He's a great commentator, great player, and he's he's one of those guys who's proven that if you keep at it, you might be able to make a dent one day in the sport. All right, good rally going on. We got a backhand Rublev, backhand Nole, backhand Rublev, forehand Nole up the line, backhand Rublev, backhand Nole. Now Rublev goes forehand on that, drop shot Nole. Rublev will get to it. Oh, but he pushes it long, wide, and he slides at the same time. So,
And he's got the white chalk all over his leg.
yeah,
Broken.
there you go.
You got the broken button.
And it is a break for Nole. So he makes his move.
I just didn't want to interrupt in the middle of that ridiculous rally, which was, it was getting going before. I forgot they have the. Well, anyway, I saw Medvedev and Eubanks earlier in the year in Miami, and it was a really good match. Medvedev came out with the win, and I've watched quite a bit of Medvedev this tournament, and he's impressed me. I mean, he's not just winning on his serve. He's playing very. I mean, it's Medvedev, but he's playing very good and clever on the grass, and I've been impressed watching him against Fuchsovics, different players, and you just don't really know. It's hard to know how a match is going to go against Medvedev sometimes until it starts going. And I definitely agree. I mean, he's just got another level of defense that's abnormal. But at the same time, Eubanks has a level that's abnormal right now. And I, of course, absolutely love his story. And I really like him a lot. So pulling for him, but I also like Medvedev. So.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, here we go. Nole serving at love 15. Nice serve up the middle. Rublev returns it up the middle. Now we got a forehand Nole cross court. Forehand Rublev. Forehand Nole. Forehand Rublev. Forehand Nole up the line. Backhand slice Rublev. Now Nole up the line. Inside in. Rublev, his forehand goes just long as he slides once again, but he instantly challenges the call, thinking it was in.
Well, it's it was close. But
for the first time, my ESPN Plus is ahead of you, Cubby. Interesting.
It's Rublev has improved. I mean, he plays a very simple kind of game, so people sort of don't really take much notice. But Gil Gross has pointed out he's really improved his second serve, and I think he's improved on return. Look at that. Well, in a moment.
Woo! Return cross court winner. Nice done there.
He's improved on his return, like where he just gets more balls back and better. He's just improved incrementally, maybe, but he was already at a high level, so he's a good player. But watching this, you just have the feeling Djokovic is going to run him down, right? Like his legs are going. I mean, I know Rublev can run all day, but still, he's making him.
I mean, Rublev trying to make a move here. If I was Nole, I feel like I would stay away from serves to the forehand of Rublev, because when he gets a hold of it, he can rip it. His backhand doesn't have the same power, obviously. Second serve is good.
He also seemed to be better just doing the Djokovic thing of just barely getting his racket on it, but getting it deep so that he's in the point. Like even on a big serve, sometimes he just barely grabs it and gets it deep on the forehand and not on the backhand.
Points won over 9 shots. Rublev 1, Novak Djokovic 11. So there you go. Djokovic can do it however you want. Climbed back to level here, 30 all. Has Nole, the world number 2. Serve out wide. Return is good. Now Nole goes inside out. Backhand slice Rublev. And Rublev, another passing shot from the forehand wing, just like that return 2 points ago, almost identical, actually. Both times Nole making his way in. Both times he was crossed from the right to the left. And it is a break point opportunity right back. So will he get the boomerang break right away? Let's see.
This is making us Djokovic fans nervous.
Here we go. Nole now, break point, bouncing the ball a couple extra times, which you would expect, and comes through in the clutch with a massive serve up the tee, which comes back unreturned off the frame and into the net from Rublev, or off the strings, I should say. So, very solid serve there from Novak Djokovic. Back to level at deuce here. One thing, you're talking about blocking it back with depth. That was one thing that Roger was amazing at. He would do that against these big servers, the Roddicks, the Isners. He just knew exactly. Yeah. They would serve at 147 miles an hour, and he blocks it back high, and it lands within 4 feet of the baseline every time, and then boom, he neutralizes their serve. Now it's like, I got the advantage. I'm Roger.
Yeah, and Rublev just did it on the backhand, as we... Despite us saying Djokovic should go to the backhand on that, but there's a highlight. Djokovic has a higher win rating losing the first set than any player on tour winning the first set.
That might be. I know last year Aryna Sabalenka had an amazing stat where she won every Grand Slam game or match that she lost the first set of. It was like the most crazy stat.
That's crazy.
Of course, that's on the women's side. But Nole, it's another break point. It's advantage Rublev. We're into a rally here, and Rublev with a backhand off the rally ball goes long. And Novak Djokovic brings it back to deuce. He does not want to relinquish this break lead, folks.
Ghost of James Hunt. Everyone relax. Joker always does this. How many times has he lost the opening set, then went into beast mode and rattled off 3 in a row? Nole being Nole. Of course, we're used to that, but it still makes us nervous. Yes, Matthew, Novak has him right where he wants him, Todd Hill says.
I've been playing lots of pickleball lately, and for some reason, me and my cousin, we've been playing a lot together. We're like, for the last week or so, every match we play, we're down like 1-6, 1-7, 0-5. But then we like come back and win more than half of them. So we kind of jokingly say the same thing. We're down 1-6. We're like, God, I'm where we want him.
Now,
not a good strategy, though, I will say.
Son of Robin Records. Come on, Nole, break him. And that was earlier. But
yeah, I'd say that's
can we say who this is? Son of Robin Records? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's Ben. I think most people know. That's Ben. If you don't know Son of Robin Records, he's the man who makes all the buttons. And Nole does hold in the end and consolidates the 3-love lead in set number 2 for Novak Djokovic.
Did you see the slow motion of Djokovic just now on that sliding, stretching?
Oh, I went to grab a water bottle, so I missed it.
Okay, well, it shows a slow motion as his like leg is hitting the ground. It's like just muscles like rippling through as he's stretched out like Gumby. It's crazy. Ghost of James Hunt, Zach Pop Quiz. You have a chance to get tacos with Nishikori or box seats at Wimby. Which one do you take? No doubt about it. Box seats at Wimby. I love Nishikori, but I don't need to have a conversation with him. But I would definitely want box seats at Wimby.
The only thing that caught my attention in that sentence was tacos. Folks, we got about 250 people in the chat. That means I think we should be able to get to 100 likes by the end of the set. What do you think? If you haven't done so, please give us a like, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell, and the world will be happy with you. All right, we got a rally going on, which Nole rips a forehand cross-court winner out of this world from Novak. Yeah,
what was it?
Beautiful.
I was like, there's no way that's going in. And then it was in. That was ridiculous. Yeah. He's starting to turn up the tempo. I think he didn't like losing that first set. That's the problem with, you don't want to win the first set against him because then you piss him off. But if you don't win the first set against him, then what are your chances of winning anyway?
Yeah, it's true. Rublev, off the slice, goes into the net. So did not
nice
get
coming
under
from
that
Charles
enough.
Cross.
And now
Charles says, I prefer GTL because you guys are tennis first and not trying to be influencers. Thank you very much. That's right.
Well, we might be. We're just maybe not good at it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so Zach, are you putting a hat on and taking it off? Because sometimes I'm like, was he wearing the hat? And then I'm like, is he not wearing it?
Oh, I had it off. I
back
think,
and
but,
forth? Okay.
but the backwards hat is the. I'm not taking it on and off. I had it off, I think, and then I remembered that the
okay
that the dress code for GTL is backwards hat. So,
we got a triple break point. So Nole looking to potentially open his bakery here in the second set. And he will have 3 chances, and he'll even have a look at a second serve, maybe a break to love in the books. And it is in the books because the return lands directly, squarely on the sideline, up the line backhand. Nole with a second break. And now it is on, folks. Looking like the bakery may be open for love. Nole here in set number 2. Okay, so I lied. That Nole's shot, I said it landed squarely on the line. It actually was out. They're showing the Hawkeye replay, but the umpires did not get the right call. So Nole gets credit for the game to love and will serve now for love here in set number 2, trying to level this match.
There seemed to be a big one like that in the Svitolina-Swiatek match as well that wasn't challenged and was out, but was called in. I know that you're very you haven't done your pitch yet today. So what's your pitch?
My pitch is we have the technology. Why aren't we using it? Why are we making the players challenge calls when we have the technology? I get it if it was 20 years ago we wouldn't have it, but we have it. It makes no sense to me. I have no idea why. Andy Murray might have made it to the second round.
Because
Andres, you had an issue.
People enjoy seeing the lines people on the court. I think this is what it. Which
Okay,
I do enjoy, but at the same time, I think I'm just with you because what's the point of getting it wrong when you can get it right?
Here's my solution to that. Keep them on the court. You can have your polo and your ridiculous hats and look all goofy like you're playing golf on a tennis court, whatever. But still, don't use them. Just have them there as decoys if it makes people feel good, but still use the electronic line call because they don't have to actually make the calls. The electronic line calls makes the call, right?
I know.
And if the fake lines people want to be a part of it, maybe record their voices calling the in and out so they feel like they're a part of it, even though they're not. Because it's just so silly to me that, Lehechka literally had to play an extra set because he weirdly challenged a call that he won the point on the match point. And if he hadn't called it, it would have been over. So
we have a game to love there. Game to love and consolidation and Djokovic.
Oh, I thought you
All right. Or no, what's going on with our scoreboard?
Is there a bagel button? Do we have a bagel button? And there's a question.
Oh, there is a bagel button, my friend. There is a bagel button, and I'm awfully close to hitting it for this maybe 4th time I think I've ever used it.
There's a question a lot of people are discussing lately from Todd Hill. I mean, a lot of people asking it. Better grass court player in their prime, Novak or Roger? There's also something about Kavi in a bikini. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Ooh.
Not sure which one is more interesting to talk about, but probably Kavi in a bikini.
I don't know how good I would look in a bikini.
I think it goes back a few.
Although I do have a nice butt.
You haven't seen Kavi's bikini stream on Instagram, and then it's like bikini stream, and then Kavi in a bikini. I don't know what this is going on. I don't know what this is about, to be honest. But do you have a bikini stream on Instagram?
Not that I know of. Bikinis? Maybe someone's cropping my face onto their beautiful body and posing as me. Rublev here, 15 love, trying not to get bageled. And good effort there. Second serve, not an ace, but pretty much the same thing. Nole got maybe a little tick of his racket on that. Rublev recovered from squandering 2 match points in the 4th set against Bublik. And so recovers and ends up winning it. Nole with a wonderful backhand up the line on his second shot. Staying alive, keeping the bagel dreams alive, folks. Bagel Dreams. That would be a good song name. feel like Ben could come up with a good song with that.
It's a very good comment from Matthew Matt. I have a feeling that might not be his correct, real full name. Matthew Matt. Joker also takes more time getting his game in sync. His forehand speed goes up as he gets the rhythm of the other player, and he starts snapping his wrists with sickness. Yeah, I mean, he definitely like feels out the player and gets into a rhythm, and then gets more and more dangerous. I mean, and it's funny because it happens as the other player gets more tired. So just
no. So a hold for Rublev, meaning no bagel button for y'all. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to hope for it in the second set. But the bagel is a great button. Seriously, folks. Unfortunately, no butter on the bagel. Says Matt Matterson from the Matty crew. Just kidding, I made it up. Nole now looking to serve out this set. What are the chances? What do you guys think? What are the chances that Nole loses the set? What percentage would anyone give that Nole would lose this set?
Is there such thing as -%? Or no, I mean, come on.
Oh, Adrian, looks like Sinner is about to win over on court number 1. Why don't we take a look? Yeah. No, he has officially won. It's he won 3-1. The final score was 6-4, 3-6, 6-2, 6-2 for Jannik Sinner. So he is awaiting the winner of this. I wonder who he hopes will win. I know if it was Holger Rune or Alcaraz, they're hoping for Nole, but I kind of think that Sinner might be hoping Rublev wins.
I think Sinner would rather have Rublev win.
Where's my mouse? There
but
it is.
Yeah, I'm still scared of Sinner. He's really looking good, and
I don't know. I still don't see it with him. I still don't. I think Novak can just make it too physical, too grindy. Sinner, but he's cruising. He's playing really well. What's his path been like for Sinner? You were saying earlier you thought it was pretty favorable. He took out the Cerundolo, but not Francisco, the other brother who's not as good. Took out Schwartzman in straights. Took out Cerundolo in straights. Took out Quentin Alice in 4. Took out Galan in straight. So he's only dropped 1 set. And then a second one today against Safiullin. So, yeah, he's been cruising for sure.
Dropped fewer sets than Djokovic. And Djokovic is not through yet. Yeah, I don't know. He's the one guy who's scared me the whole time. He's very...
I think they've dropped the same, actually. They've each dropped 2 sets.
Oh, I thought you said he dropped 1 set. Okay.
Well, he dropped 1 against Halis and then 1 today.
Oh, Halis as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and 1 today.
So,
okay. Yes.
Yeah. So if Nole can win 1 point and 2 more sets, then they'll be exactly level. But
Djokovic is having trouble closing out this match. He got on the second set point now, 40-30. Just getting a little bit lazy, a little bit loose. Maybe just didn't expect that return.
Todd Hill saying Sinner will be a tough semifinal opponent. Yeah, well, last year he had a 2-love lead on Novak Djokovic here on center court before Novak basically turned it into a different match. And again, that's a situation where I was kind of alluding to, where if you want to bet on Nole, wait till he's down 2 sets to love, and that's the only way you're going to make money with him. It's a deuce now, so Rublev making a little bit of pushback, but I'd still say Nole is squarely in the driver's seat. Deuce serve is good. +1 forehand cross court. Forehand Rublev, backhand Nole, backhand Rublev out wide, forehand cross from Nole. Rublev gets that back, and Nole crosses again. Rublev backhand slice, kind of slips, but gets back on his feet. Nole wrong foot him anyways, and takes an advantage. 3rd set point now for the world number 2. Sinner is a winner. What's up, Alex from LA? AL from LA.
Yeah, I agree. The Vamos Tennis Podcast, Punt Tennis Post. Sinner isn't tough, not a walk in the park at all for one of these gentlemen.
Yeah, sure.
Joker going to win this. He's in sync.
Now, let me ask you this, Zach. If, and by the way, Nole takes, I'll ask you the question after we, so Nole holds and takes the second set 6-1. That's a little bit more like it. Let's give him a little bit of love. One set apiece here in the second of 4 quarterfinals here at Wimbledon this All right. So my question is,
Pulling out the Nole racket.
oh, beautiful. That's the exact one.
Sinner uses the same racket.
Yeah, he does. So my question was, if Rublev were to somehow make it out of this match, who would you favor? Would you still think would you go with Sinner or would you go with Rublev in that situation?
I would favor Sinner. I mean, I think he's really good on grass, and there's something I just keep going back to. He moves really well on it, and he and Djokovic have very strong skiing backgrounds. Sinner won the 12 and under national championships in Italy, where they ski a lot, and he was like runner-up at the age of 14. And Djokovic has very strong skiing background as well. I just think there's something about that they work better on the slippery grass with their movements, and then he's so consistent. Like, I was watching the Galan match and I was like, wow, Galan is really hanging in, like he's at the same level as Sinner. This is great. And then Galan dropped off and Sinner just kept going and going and going, like the Energizer Bunny, you know. And it was like gosh, Sinner just doesn't stop with the power on both wings. He doesn't seem to get tired, and it just was. And it looks like he did the same thing with Safiullin today. So he makes me really nervous. He's really good. So
yeah, I mean, I think that would be
before the draw came out, he was the one player I was scared of.
Really, for Nole.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, he was the first. I mean, her catch was, I guess you could say, on paper was a threat, but. I'd say Sinner was the biggest kind of name on his way to the final for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we got what we wanted. We wanted Sinner to get to the semis. Now we're just hoping for Nole, because I think that would.
I didn't want Sinner to get to the semis. What are you, crazy? I'm a real fan, Kavi. I want the easiest route possible to another title, to number 8, to number 24, to 5 in a row.
I mean, after
the fact, I would be happier if he played harder players. Before the fact, I don't want the harder players.
I'll give you an example. Like, if Alcaraz won the U.S. Open by just straight setting everyone, instead of 5-setter, saving match points against Sinner, and then another 5-setter against Tiafoe, like that, being on that roller coaster is what made it so amazing and memorable. And I don't think I would have had as fond memories if he just straight setted his way to the championship, you know.
Look,
so
I 100% agree after the fact, but before the fact, I don't want him facing the hardest players who might actually knock him out. I mean, if he wins it all and he beats Sinner and he beat Alcaraz, I would love it, you know. Then it would be the best. But beforehand, I'm nervous. And Goldflake here, I'm with Zach. I mean, this is just this kind of, you know, fandom thing, you know. It's I
hear you.
Oh wow, did Novak only have 2 unforced errors in that set? Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Yeah, well, that's the type of thing that Nole can do. All the way. Also, folks, new record Nole has made this year. I don't know if you know this, but he has won 13 tie breaks in a row in Grand Slams this year. That's the longest streak ever in one year. That he lost his very first tiebreak against Kwakao in Australia, and ever since then, every Grand Slam tiebreak he has played, he has won.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's
Another
ridiculous.
another crazy stat that I learned today. He is currently on a 25 match Grand Slam winning streak. That is the 5th different time he's had a 25 match Grand Slam winning streak, and the closest player to do that did it twice. So he's done it 3 more times. That's 75 more, at least 75 more wins in streaks of 25 than anyone else. I mean, the numbers and the numbers and the numbers just get more crazy. Rublev here, 40-15, so a better start to set number 3 than he had in set number 2, where he got broken right off the bat and was down 3-love, 4-love, 5-love before he even got his name on the board.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. I mean, it's like the how he's won every ATP 1000 twice, and no one else has won them all once.
Yeah, that to me is almost as impressive as any other stat, because you're playing, so many more of those. And up until this year, you would have to play 5-6 matches in 7 days. This year, they've extended them to 2 weeks for a bunch of them, so there's a little bit more space, 12-day ones. But he was doing it in a time, and also some of them, I believe, he was winning where some of the Masters were still best of 5. Or maybe I know Roger definitely won some. Masters
and there's different surfaces, different conditions, different players can rise to the top in different events. There's different strengths and weaknesses, but he's just got the tools to beat anyone, anywhere, which is why I think he just stands out. But yeah, I mean, just unbelievable what he's doing. And I mean, I agree. As a neutral tennis fan, if I was a neutral tennis fan, 100%, you want him to play the best players. I mean, you want to see the best. You want to see epic matches, right? It's 1-0 now. Rublev, should he get a button just for winning a game?
Yeah, it's actually, I'm locked and loaded here. So this is for Rublev for a good start to set number 3. He is up 1-love. On serve, we are here.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Rublev.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Andrey Rublev.
There's a question here. The roof was shut on court 1. Is it shut on center court? I think they shut them both at the same time in the middle of. Yeah.
In the middle of the women's matches, they shut the because they're expecting some light rain, and then also usually as it gets later and later, one of the reasons they use the roofs here is for light, not just for weather conditions, but also the sky gets dark, and so they have lights underneath on the inside of the roof, so that kind of lights up the whole court. And Rublev with a very easy put away after stringing Djokovic along the baseline a couple of times, and he takes the first point on the Djokovic serve. Love 15.
But Matthew's saying he's just seen the roof is open.
It is? Why would they have?
But
are you sure, Matthew?
It was close.
No, I don't think. Maybe on court 1, but not on center court.
Sure, it just doesn't look open, like you're seeing through. I don't know what he saw. So, we have a situation here. Djokovic has gone down love 30 in his first service game, so a bit of pressure here now. And he's hit, I think he's just hit 1 unforced error. So half as many as in the last set.
That's funny. Like 7 points into it, he's already halfway there.
Yeah, I mean, just
serve up the middle.
Oh,
Rublev now with a cross court forehand Novak, forehand Rublev, and it's just wide. I would challenge. Would I challenge that? I would, just because if you're right, then you have a double break point.
Although I think he had a good look at it because he was watching.
It definitely did look wide. I mean, that was my initial reaction. But
I think he was watching closely from right down the line. Like, is it going? I have Snehil Kumar. Sorry. New combination of 2 interesting people. Nice. Thank you, Snehil.
Snehil in the house from Mumbai.
Oh, Mumbai. I've been to Mumbai.
Oh, forehand cross-court Rublev, and Novak with his response tries to reciprocate, but it goes into the net, and now we do have 2 break points for Andrey Rublev. What's your opinion on Sinner versus Djokovic, assuming Djokovic wins this? Novak. I got Novak winning the whole thing. Although I don't think it would be an easy ride in the park. What are we at for likes here, Zach? We are at 73. We're getting close. We're almost at 3/4 of our first goal of 100. And if we hit 100, folks, in case you didn't know this, we actually have a specific button once we hit 100 likes, but we're only allowed to hit it once we get there. So just throwing that out. Just throwing it out.
Our opinion, I mean, I would still pick Djokovic in 4, but he still makes me nervous.
Yeah. I mean, has Sinner ever beaten Djokovic? I don't think so. Let's see.
It's a good question.
Sinner, Djokovic head to head. It goes a little something like this. 2
And while
wins
you're
for
looking that
Novak,
up,
0
just
wins
indicate
for.
that Djokovic has saved another break point, and it's 40 all. It's deuce.
So Novak won straight sets in Monte Carlo 2021 outdoor clay, and last year at Wimbledon, Nole comes back from 2 sets down to take it. He goes 3-2 and 2 in the last.
They've only
3
played
sets.
those 2 times.
Yes.
Wow.
So not a huge sample size. That's not gonna make me think that it's
2021 is useless to look at with Sinner.
And
compared-
Nole from 1540 down finds his way to advantage. So 3 straight points under some pretty heavy duress as he's trying to stay level here. Rublev trying to make that first break, just like Nole did in the last set. Hey, what up, King Adjust? Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Oh, look at JG in the house. Let's get to 100 likes. Yeah, he's a clever fellow,
JG.
that guy.
Where's
75
JG?
now, folks. Oh, that's our JG. Like Ben and JG.
Oh, I see him now. Yeah, I didn't see. Yeah, let's go. JG. Pushing for
Nailed.
the...
Zach, actually, Covey's aunt lives in Mumbai, which is not far from where I live. Yeah, I've been to Mumbai about 10 times in my life. So
I've been there. Been to northern India a few times, but I've been to Mumbai only once.
Have you been to Delhi?
I've been to Delhi a few times, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's where
Mumbai
my
was
family
very cool.
mainly resides.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
My aunt lives in Mumbai, and then I have a cousin in Pune, which is a couple hours away from Mumbai. But then I have a whole bunch of family in Delhi in that area. All right, we got a great rally going on. Forehand Rublev, backhand Nole, forehand Rublev inside in. Now Nole cross court on the forehand. Rublev goes up the line, but Nole chops that back, but it is just long of the baseline. And Rublev takes the first point, and that was no easy point.
No.
Got to work hard to get a point against Novak.
And recall those stats earlier where Nole was winning like all of the long points. He won 11 out of 12. So
yep.
So big step there for Rublev to win that super long rally. Maybe it's a sign that Djokovic is getting a little tired after 2 sets playing yesterday.
Whenever he looks tired, he finds ways to conserve his energy. He's a master at that.
Yeah.
Because he's not immune to looking tired. He just is immune to letting it fully affect him in the match, like the outcome of the match. Which again,
and then he bounces back with vigor.
Yeah, totally. All right, Rublev with a +1 up the line, but Nole is easily there. Although his backhand goes long, and a little frustration, he throws his hands up, saying, "What am I doing, guys?" But I wouldn't worry too much, Nole. You're doing all right. It's 40 love here, Rublev.
Seems like they stole everybody's razors in this tournament. Nobody's shaving.
Yeah.
Hubi looked like he had a hangover.
Yeah, that was a weird swing. Nole looked angry. It looked like he did not even try to get that ball in. That was weird. He literally just hit the ball downwards in anger. Like the return of serve was him angrily hitting the ball into the ground. It was Never seen him do something like that
No,
before.
that was super weird. I was like, was that an accent or was he doing that out of anger? And
It looked out of anger. I would be
no, I
surprised.
was wondering that. I was thinking that before you commented. So I think we had the same interpretation. So it's probably
Odd. Yeah.
it's probably what
that
it just didn't make sense. It's like, really?
That was a game to love, by the way. So we'll hit that button for you. Check out this stat. Rublev in quarterfinals, not in Grand Slams, 13 wins and 2 losses. Quarterfinals in Grand Slams, 0 wins and 7 losses.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
So pretty crazy.
That's a really. Crazy. I mean, you could think you could say he chokes, but I think it's just a case of facing bigger players in the quarterfinals in the Grand Slams.
In the Grand Slams, for sure. I mean, he's facing the Medvedevs, the Tsitsipas's, the Nadals, the Noles, the Rogers.
He's he's like a stereotypical gatekeeper. He's very good at beating anyone below him, and he struggles to beat the top guys.
Totally. Zverev's like that too. Very, very poor record against top 10 opponents in Grand Slams. Very poor.
And Berrettini's got some ridiculous record. Someone shared on the Game to Love Discord recently, which was like just absolutely insane stats against lower ranked players, and then absolutely cannot beat the top guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Yeah, there's a couple of guys in the next gen that are like that. Nole with a beautiful soft touch +1 off the sideline as he comes in off the short ball. 15 love real quick. Like Jonathan. Shout out Gurgaon. There we go. Adil talking about places in India, areas in India.
He's so good at stretching the court. I mean, this is just what I think if you're a lay fan, you just don't see how much he stretches the court with his precision and how much that makes the other players struggle and run and hit harder shots. And oh my gosh, Rublev still has all that white paint on his leg.
Yeah, from that slide over in the first set. Ooh, that second serve lands right on the back of the service line. Rublev now with an lob on the defensive, but Nole, instead of hitting an overhead, just gently backhands it up the line. Ain't no thing. 30 love.
He needs to win this quickly and get a break. Like he needs to calm the nerves of all of us Nole fam right now who are getting like, this is getting too tight. Oh my gosh, people were freaking out in the Hubie match. A lot of fans were freaking out about that match, and I wasn't really. I mean, I guess also I love Hubie, so I was like, well, if there was one guy I would like who beat Djokovic, like I'd be fine with Hubie. But I think it was just more. I just couldn't see Hubie winning. Like he can't keep up that perfection of serve for that long. He got a bonus by having the night off.
Honestly, if Hubie was up 2-0, I still would not think he was going to win. I just don't see him being able to close. I just don't. And I know it's funny because in the chat, like a few months ago, I remember, I think it was Minoris is a fan of Hubie. And I was like, I just don't see him like winning a major. It's like, oh yeah, he can win it. And I was like,
well, he's got a couple.
It's one of those where I got to see it to believe it.
He's got weaknesses.
Same thing.
Yeah, if you're good enough, you've got weaknesses that you can target. He can beat most players easily with his weapons, but he's got the forehand that breaks down, and he's a great mover for his height, but he's not Alcaraz, he's not Djokovic.
Yeah,
but he's got the ability, like having the night off. If he had won 2 sets in tie breaks and then had the night off, he could serve out the match, like he could do it.
Yeah,
with the night off. Without the night off, no.
I don't think his brain would handle it. I don't think he would have.
I think he'd be fine. He's actually, he can really close out. I mean, you see, he bageled Federer, his hero, on.
Well, that's Federer. Like his knee buckled. He was done.
But still,
I know
have any.
It's still a bagel, and it's still in the record books. But
he didn't struggle with it. He didn't have any. He was like, "Oh, I love Federer, but of course I'll bagel him if I have the chance." And I've seen him close out a lot of tight matches with no pressure. I think just the occasion.
But against
Djokovic,
a Grand Slam, I mean, I literally give him 0.
I definitely agree with you if they played the whole match at once. But if he had stolen those 2 tie breaks and then come out, he can have a perfect serving set.
See, so this is how I see it. This is how I see it. If he was up 2-0 and then he had to sleep on the fact that he was up against Novak Djokovic and he had like 18 hours of having to think about it, he wouldn't be able to eat his dinner. He'd have to throw up. He wouldn't be able to sleep.
He's very calm.
He would wake up.
Cool guy.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like a golfer when you're against Tiger Woods and you're going into the Sunday and you have a 3-stroke lead and you're going to be playing the whole 18 with Tiger Woods on the championship Sunday. You're not going to handle it. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. I don't think he has the fortitude. Like, for example, when Nole retires, I think Berrettini may still have a window and a chance to win a Wimbledon or maybe 2. I don't see Hurkacz being able to take out, an Alcaraz.
Very cool. He's very cool. I mean, I don't know about being able to match up with an Alcaraz. But
well, I mean, these are the types of players you're going to meet.
Mentally, I mean, technically, he's got the forehand weakness that is just, I mean, it's the same as Berrettini's backhand weakness, basically. So I think they're similar to me. So they could both be attacked on that angle. But if Hubie was serving like he did against Djokovic against one of them, I think it'd be easier. But I mean, yeah, it's all hypothetical. It's just But I've seen him be very cool, and I mean, he's generally a very cool character. Like he doesn't get bothered by the. I was very surprised to see what happened to him.
He was up 6-3 in the first set tiebreak. Complete mental. He went from Superman to little baby rabbit. And then 5-3 in the second set tiebreak. Not as much. He didn't have the pressure of 3.
But are you sure that wasn't black magic? Are you sure Djokovic is not using black magic to win for 10 years straight on that court?
Maybe. It's possible. It might be the only explanation, actually. So Rublev here was under some pressure, 15-30, as Nole trying to make a move, but Rublev wins this last point. We're level at 30 all. So dead even. 1 set each, 2 games each, 30 points each. As level as you can be, folks. All right, we are into the rally. Backhand, off the tape, lands on Nole's side. Now he makes his way up to the net, forces a backhand to Rublev's backhand, and that one goes long. So it is a break point. 30-40 on the Rublev serve.
People want more match play, more play-by-play here.
Neil saying Covey Hubie has beaten prime Medi a lot without choking. Yeah, but Medi is not the same. And okay, this is all I'm gonna say. When he wins the major, call me and say, "Ha ha, Covey, you were right." But until then, I'm gonna be like, "Ha ha ha, no, he hasn't," because that's how I see it. It's not like he's 21 years old and he hasn't had chances. The guy's in his mid-20s. He's an established top end player, top 15, 20 guy for the last few years. Some of these guys have shown us who they are already.
I think Alcaraz, Sinner, these guys have more complete games.
They want to face these guys. Like, they don't want to avoid them. These guys want to avoid these guys in situations. Those guys, they're like, let me at them. Like, just, let me unleash whatever I have. Whether I win or not, I'm stoked. Like, this is who I want to play. Whereas the other guys, you can tell. Like, if Tsitsipas is like, would you rather face Sinner in a final or Djokovic? He's going to say Djokovic. If you ask Holger Rune that question, he's going to be like, I want to beat Djokovic in a Grand Slam final.
Yeah,
these guys are different.
Holger Rune and Alcaraz especially have that kind of gene and that kind of like, it's like a ridiculous confidence. It's like
I think Shelton has that too, actually. I think he doesn't have it yet, but I feel like there's something within that guy where he's going to want to be like the guy. I have a feeling.
But he's a bit weak on the backhand side. I don't know. We have to see how he shores that up, but yeah.
And he's the lefty in the generation too, right? You got
Rublev is broken.
Oh, yes. Let's
and
go.
We got a bit carried away. We weren't talking mini fridges, but
there you go.
But it was 3-2. I mean, what are the chances at this point that Djokovic drops serve in this set?
I mean, now, I've seen him, lose a break or whatever. But then if you were to ask me, okay, if he gives up the break, is he going to lose in a tie break? That's when I'd be like, no, I don't think he'll lose in the tie. I could see him giving up the break and getting back to level, but I don't see him maybe he gets broken twice, and I could see that as well. But that's I'd say that's very unlikely. But yeah, I could see him, giving up a break, but winning the set still for sure. Oh, the bald person just fell and slipped on and landed on their butt. No one in the crowd laughed. Come on, have a sense of humor, English people. All right, 15 love for Novak here. Looking to consolidate. Good second serve. Backhand return Rublev. Backhand Nole. Backhand Rublev. Backhand Nole up the line. Forehand Rublev. Forehand Nole. Forehand Rublev. Forehand Nole up the line. Backhand Rublev. That's long. And it's 30 love. 2 points from the consolidation.
He's locking in. You can see it. He's like locking in. He's getting that faster but completely solid hitting going.
Snail saying Covey Hubie won't win a slam, but the reason is not nerves. I'm talking about against Nole. I'm talking specifically Zach was saying if he was up 2 sets to love and then he had a chance they had a curfew and then they play. I think he'd be scared S-less coming out of that break, because he would have like 18 hours to be like, oh, I have a chance to beat Nole. Oh, I have a chance to beat Nole. But yeah, I mean, if somehow Hubert was the face winner in a final, yeah, he could maybe win one. But I just
Rublev is not going to make this easy.
Rublev.
He's never going to make it easy. I don't care who's playing him. Rublev is never going to give you an easy match. Like, has there ever been a match against Rublev where you didn't have to really fight to win it? Even the top guys. I mean, they always have to fight to win against him.
Yeah, he's a fighter for sure. And tries to cross. Tries to pass on the cross from the backhand, but it goes wide, and it's double game point Novak.
How frustrating is that to win the first set against him, get demolished in the second, go down a break in the third? I mean, what is he thinking right now? What is he like?
Yeah, he's just got to keep going. That's the only thing you can do.
Did he have hope after the first set?
Demoralizing.
Do you think he got hope after the first set? Like, okay, maybe I can do this?
I mean, I don't know. He doesn't seem like he believes, but he doesn't seem like he doesn't believe. You know what I mean? He's not walking around with his head down after every point and his shoulders shrugged. And that was a beautiful backhand from Rublev off the baseline, and Nole forehand couldn't handle it. Goes into the net. So not over just yet this game. It's 40-30 now.
40-30. Snehil says that
there you go.
Open, Rublev lost easily to Novak.
I think it was like 4-2-1 or 4-2-2 or something like that.
But you still have to fight. It's like you still have to fight to win every game. It's like he never makes it like just purely easy. I don't know. Although he got revenge. I think, was it the match before where Rublev had beaten him on clay in Serbia or something? Was it the last time? So when he wants revenge, he gets real nasty.
You mean Novak?
Yeah.
Because that match where Novak lost, he hadn't played. He wasn't allowed to come to the U.S. No match. He lost in the first round in Monte Carlo before that. So he really had like hardly any.
He couldn't move. He was like he was like collapsing.
He was dead.
His lungs. But still, Novak doesn't want to be 2 in a row down. He's like he just goes. He goes extra hard when the player has beaten him the match before.
Yeah.
So we are on Rublev's serve now.
Oh yeah, that was a consolidation in the end, folks. So it is 4-2 now. After Nole gets the break and the consolidation. Now on to the Rublev serve, 2-4. We're on to the rally. Forehand Rublev on the run. Backhand Nole cross court. And, it's just out. I thought that was in.
Yeah, but he's hitting harder. You can see he's hitting harder. He's putting more into these shots. Novak has stepped up his pace, you know?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
It's almost like a part of his mental approach. He starts building the pressure on you, you know? And it's like, even if you win the first set, you're still going to get building pressure. The pressure builds
Ripper,
either way.
forehand, second serve return, up the line. Clean winner for Novak, 15-all.
Return speed, 88 miles per hour. It's a big forehand.
Famed center court here at the All England Lawn Tennis and Bowling, is it? Or croquet? Croquet. All right, 15-all, second serve on the way. Backhand chop return, forehand Rublev inside in, but it lands outside of the sideline into the alleyway, and it's now 15-30. So Nole here, 2 points away from the opportunity to serve out set number 2.
I mean, I think what you said earlier, he doesn't look like he believes in himself, but it's not like he's given up, you know?
Yeah,
he's almost getting to the point where it looks like he's giving up. Oh,
I think if he gets broken here and ends up losing the second set, I think it might his belief might kind of be out the window. I think it's kind of still alive, but it's maybe not thriving. We need some CPR action on his belief. 30-all here for Rublev. Rare mistake there from Nole.
You got the CPR button ready?
Yeah. We need 200 cc's of belief. Stat. All right, Nole with a passing shot from against Rublev. Well, Rublev was at the net. Hardly any margin for Nole, but that's no problem for him. Break point opportunity for 5-2.
This is just phenomenal tennis. I mean,
where's Gary when you need him? Gary, Gary, GSL. He's one of
where is Gary?
Fans. He said he had to work from 10 to 2 p.m. his time, which is 7 till 10 my time. So I think he should be done work. Maybe I think sometimes he likes to watch Unencumbered.
Oh, we got a good backhand rally going here.
Yeah, here we go. Backhand now Rublev cross court, Nole cross court. Now forehand Rublev inside in. Novak gets that back again on the run. Just amazing. Backhand Rublev again up the line. This time it's a clean winner, and he saves break point. There you go. A nice little fist pump. Crowd's behind him as well. So these are good signs for.
I think Novak gave him a little bit of thumbs up or something as well. I mean, he just absolutely won that rally.
I mean, how many balls does Novak get back that only maybe 2 or 3 other guys in the world would? I mean, and he's doing it like it seems like every second or third point. It's like, what the hell do I have to do here?
Yeah.
First serve long, second on the way. All right, folks, where are we at on the likes count? We're at 87, just 13 away from our first goal of 100. And once we get there, folks, we will hit the 100 like button. Have you heard the 100 like button yet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I love that button. Oh, it's
Coffee loves the 100 like button. I don't care for it, but it's I like the player buttons, but we have to maybe we'll put them out, play them for some more big points. I don't know. That was a worthwhile one that when Rublev won that rally, maybe, but I don't know, save them for the ends of games. I'm not sure what this says here. It's a long comment from Adrian. It always has great analysis. I think Zach is right. Novak has upped his return and baseline game. One manifestation of this is how hard it has become for Rublev to hit forehands on his own terms in rallies. Yeah, great point. But he got out of that.
Rublev with a game point here. And he takes it. So he stays alive. He stays within one break, keeping himself within touching distance. But after the break, Nole will serve up a break at 4-3. And I think it's time for a little button for Rublev.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine. Rublev. Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine. Andrey Rublev.
Okay. All right. So
Interesting note from Snehal Kumar here. I feel like this match is good to explain slight difference between Novak at Australian Open and Novak at Wimby, and why Australian Open is Novak's best slam. I'm curious what you mean by that, but the one thing I'm thinking is
I was going to say, what is the explanation?
The offense of the other players is a little harder to defend on grass. Like Rublev's offense is a little harder to defend because of the quicker grass, and it's a little harder to get his serves back. That's all I can think. I mean, I think that is an explanation, but
I mean, they're both really fast. Grass is obviously the fastest, but AO is one of the fastest hard courts.
Can change direction easier on Australian on hard court and defend a little bit better against the fast balls. I don't know. Should King Adjust says, should Djokovic play in a wheelchair to make it a challenge? Wow. How many sets? I mean, I'm still going with 4. That's what I thought from the beginning. I think that's what you said, right, Kavi?
Yep. And Snail saying I mean winning a set off Novak at AO is so much harder. Yeah, he only dropped 1 set at the Australian Open this year. Surprisingly, Novak, out of the big 3, Novak is the only one who has not won a major without dropping a set. Although I'm pretty sure he'd rather have 23 than worry about dropping a set, right?
And Rublev has the first point in Djokovic's serve here, so he's not making this an easy set by any means. I think there was a bit of hope that Djokovic might do it this tournament, but obviously that was ruined by Hubie and followed up by Rublev.
Yeah,
and we're not.
I was thinking that too. I was like, okay, this might be a really good chance. Like looking at the draw, but then when I was calling the Hubie match, I did give him a tiebreak set actually. Which did he actually win the set in it? No, he broke Nole in the 12th game, right?
7-5, 4-5, and he broke him. Yeah, 10 Australian Opens, not too bad indeed.
Yeah.
I think too, Federer was just so good here. It took Djokovic a little bit longer. But I mean, also some other players are more dangerous here than they are on hard court, perhaps. Why has Rublev not cleaned the paint off his leg? Why wouldn't you just brush it off at one of the many times you sit down on your bench?
It's a mark of honor. It's a badge of honor.
I think that's how he sees anything like that. Did you see his hands the other day when he was playing? Who was he playing against? But his hands were torn up. I mean, his hand was very torn up, and he was bleeding, and then his bandage came off, and he had to go in the middle of a game. He had to go again to get a bandage put on because
I didn't see that.
Yeah, but just they had the close up of his hand getting the bandage put on his index finger. It was his index finger on his right hand.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was covering like the top. Yeah, Rublev.
Wow.
And
that's
I
tough
even
to play
thought I thought he was going to retire from the match for a moment, but he just interrupted a game to get the bandage put back on. It was bleeding. But you saw his fingers, and they were there were just these big wounds, like dried now, but he's just that's how he approaches tennis. 30-15 on Djokovic's serve. You want to do a play-by-play on this point?
You got it. Here we go. Novak 30-15. Serve is good, and the return lands outside of the post.
Great.
Wide. Right? And
Yes,
Rublev now angry. He's angrily remaking the motion that he just missed.
He's starting to feel that he had a chance.
40-15 now. So Nole creeping closer and closer to 2-1 lead. And Rublev again tries to just rip that forehand return. It goes into the net. Nole, game 15. Pretty easy hold under pressure situation. And now Rublev will have a chance to stay in this set on serve. Let's see. Let's see. It's starting to look bleaker and bleaker for Rublev by the minute. I think the only shot he would have to win this match is if he somehow wins this set. I don't think he'd be able to come back from 2-1 down. I just don't see it unless he either changes the energy or something, catches fire.
Can we get some more likes here on the video, please? Where are we? I don't even know where you see the likes, but
the likes, we are at 91. So we're 9 likes away. We got about 366 people in here.
I just gave it a like because I forgot to.
Oh, there you go.
Let's go. Come on, people. Oh, I see the chat now. Private chat.
Oh, yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, I was just at the beginning there. So 15 love Rublev. Trying to keep the third set alive. Ooh, Nole with a deep return. And it's called good. I feel like I would challenge that, but Rublev was right there and isn't. So he probably knows better than me.
Yeah, I thought it was a little long, but it was apparently not. Yeah.
Same here. Yeah, it looked a little. Let's see if they show the replay on the screen, then we'll know if we were right or not. Backhand chip a block return from Novak. We're into the rally. Backhand cross court Rublev. Backhand slice Nole, and that is long, just a little bit, maybe an inch or two. So it's 30-15 now.
Djokovic is emphasizing the slicing motion here. Not happy with his technique on that slice.
Great serve out wide. Nole gets a backhand on it, but lands about 18 feet wide of the court and long as well because it had so much heat. So 40-15 Ruby. Okay, another first serve after the let. Toss is up. Serve is into the net. So now we have a second serve. Second serve is good, and Nole backhand return. It was right at the body. Nole wasn't able to scoop that into the court. So Rublev holds, and Nole will have a chance to serve out the set 5-4 after this break. So should we talk about what happened a little bit earlier, in case you do not know?
Just say that was a good second serve body serve that was quite hard, and that's just another. That's a good example of Rublev having a much better second serve than he used to. He used to have a very weak second serve, and you can see he could close out that game quite easily with that. Whereas in the past, he would be under a lot of pressure, probably. Just shows his incremental improvement and how he's still not quite at the Djokovic level, but you can't write him off as in he's always a fighter. But yeah, earlier you want to replay. You want to go over the results from earlier.
Just letting people know earlier. So Jannik Sinner is awaiting the winner of this match. He took out Roman Safiullin in 4 sets. And then Pegula with an unfortunate meltdown. She was up 4-1 in the deciding third set deciding third set, and then she ended up losing 5 straight games to lose it 6-4 in the third set. So too bad there for Pegula, but congratulations to Vondrousova. And then a big upset as well on this center court right before this match, where Iga Swiatek loses in 3 sets to Elina Svitolina. So there you go. Vondrousova and Svitolina will face each other in the semis tomorrow. A couple more quarterfinals on the women's side, and on the men's side we'll have our semi set after tomorrow. And Nole, good start to game number 10. Serve, mid-court return, +1 forehand, cross court, and it's 15 love. Oh, we hit 100 likes. How about this? Yay. 105. So
we'll take more too. Keep them coming.
Thank you.
Let's see the copies button that he loves.
So we will hit that button for you folks right after this set.
After the game, right?
Yeah, it could be the same. If it's a game, we might wait because I usually like to do it on changeovers. But I guess it's not that. Yeah, 30
Okay,
seconds.
huh? Okay. All right.
So Novak now, 15 love.
I thought you were just assuming.
Sorry?
I thought you were just assuming that the end of the game was the end of the set.
Oh, no. I mean, it's very likely that that's going to happen, but I'm not going to make that assumption.
What was that,
Gotta
huh?
call it as it is. And Nole, slightly uncomfortable forehand there. Looked like it was fully set. Rare for him.
He got jammed up there for somehow. I don't know if it was the bounce or he just didn't read it well. Just didn't move his
looked
feet.
like his arm it came a little closer to his body than he was expecting. Maybe a spin or something on it. But anyways, 15 all here. Nole bouncing the ball a little bit more as the tension rises. Beautiful serve with a puff of smoke off the sideline. Rublev return goes long and wide. 30.
How much do you love those? How much do you love when they hit the white chalk?
Love it.
It's just, I love that.
Actually,
so
my
nice.
nickname was Chalk when I started playing this game called touch tennis, which is basically a mini version of tennis. Really, really fun game. It's amazing. But anyways, my nickname was Chalk because I would always hit the sidelines or the baseline when I was whether serving or hitting. So yeah, my nickname was Chalk. So I love it. 40-15 now, double set point.
We'll do play-by-play. Kavi's play-by-play.
All right, here we go, folks. Nole, set point number 1 here in the third set. Serve is good. Rublev with the return, nice and deep. Backhand from Nole. Backhand Rublev. Forehand Nole cross court. Forehand Rublev. Backhand Nole up the middle. Now Rublev forehand. Backhand Nole. Backhand Rublev off the baseline. Now another forehand Rublev off the baseline again. Backhand Nole. Another backhand cross court. Now Rublev with a backhand, and he hits the third baseline in the rally and wins it. 3 baseline hits in 1 rally. That's a Nole type of point. So there you go. Novak, have a taste of your own medicine for once.
He's getting some ridiculous shots in this tournament. I mean, he's really maybe he loves the grass now. I mean, Djokovic gave him the good job, good shot.
Little hat trick of baseline shots. Amazing. All right, so another one though for Novak, another game point, set point that is. So 40-30, still has a chance to close it out right here. Serve is good. Nope. Well, it was good, but it was a let. So another first one coming in.
It's funny how the angle sometimes on the video, it looks way over the net, looks high over the net, but somehow it's a let, and it's just deceiving how you view this. Yeah.
You know, one thing that I'm surprised the TV hasn't figured out, and I think maybe you just can't, but making tennis more like when you go to a tennis match and you see the actual speed and the reflexes, how fast they push off, how fast they, running baseline to the net or side to side, it doesn't translate to TV whatsoever in the sense of how accurate it is. Nole with a routine backhand that goes into the net, so maybe a little bit of nerves as he's trying to close up the set, but still in good shape. 40 love, it's a deuce. Yeah, and I thought, okay, now we're getting 3D TVs, 10, 15 years ago and all that stuff. I was like, now maybe, because I feel like tennis would be the ultimate 3D sport where you could get depth and angles and stuff.
Yeah, it's very strange how the speed of tennis doesn't translate on TV.
Yeah, sometimes how they'll like one point in a set, they'll play it, they'll show like a camera angle where they're like the cameraman's on the actual court level.
Yeah,
and those I really like, but I think it's just generally easier to digest when you have the whole thing laid out above you. So I guess for TV, they find it better. But Rublev with another baseline shot, a backhand Nole, and that one goes long. So Nole, a tiny bit of a lull when he had trying to serve out the second set, and it is now break point for Rublev. A little bit of drama here, unexpected drama late in set number 3.
He's having a very bad service game. This is really, this is not fun to see. I mean, this is not what you expect from him at 5-4, right? I mean, if it was 3-2, like he has the, but at 5-4, this is really not.
Here we are. First serve is good. Backhand return. Nole goes serve and volley, and he volleys it cross court, and Rublev somehow just fell in the middle of the court. I was watching Nole's volley, so I didn't actually see why here's a replay.
I see.
So he hits the backhand return. He actually tripped over his own foot. So his left foot was planted as he was trying to cross his right foot over it, but his right foot knocked into his left foot, and then he tripped over himself.
He was trying to get back across the court too fast. He forgot to use his feet.
In hockey, sometimes, a guy will trip, and then the joke is, they tripped over the blue line or the red line, even though, of course, the lines are embedded into the ice, like underneath the ice. Okay. Rublev with a very short ball return, about 4 inches past the net, and then a high bounce. So Nole with an easy put away, and it's, again, set point for the third time now for Nole. So big swings going on here every 30 seconds, it seems like. And is the roof open? It is open. Is it open?
It's just strange that they would have closed it earlier.
You know what? Maybe they opened it because the rain. I think they thought the rain was coming, and then they were like, "Okay, it's past now."
Yeah.
No,
so they opened it after the women's match.
Maybe that's what they did. Yeah, because there was about 20 minutes in between. It takes about 10-15 to open. So. Okay, Nole now still set point, third set point of the game, but second serve. It's good. Backhand return up the middle, backhand Nole. Now forehand Rublev, forehand Nole, cross court, forehand Rublev. Ooh, lands in. It was a shanker. Now Nole with a backhand, forehand Rublev, backhand Nole up the line. Rublev on the run, forehand cross court, Nole, forehand, and that goes long. So not over yet. The drama continues. Third deuce now.
What is he doing? He's like what is this game? This game is ridiculous.
It's a tense one, folks, but it's a good one. Having a fun time calling this one.
Matt says first serve percentage really bad all day for Joker. I mean, he had a phenomenal service. No, 70% is not. That's not horrible.
Yeah, I mean, horrible is like, when you're hovering around 50 for these guys, like even 55, 60, but 70, and he's winning 75% of his first serve. So, and again, he's done way better for sure several times. Oh, okay, we got a crazy point here where Rublev was on the run, forces a forehand, and Nole was at the net, and his volley was out of desperation. He got a racket on it, popped it up. Rublev runs back into the middle of the court, and he has a high ball, Nole at the net, and he goes backhand cross court. And the crowd is going wild here, folks. They are behind Rublev right now at the moment.
Rublev's roaring but if you see that replay there, he whipped a hard forehand that barely, looped over the net.
Yeah.
And that created Djokovic's problem on the volley. And now
it's phenomenal. Another break point. Yeah, what a rally. What a point there for Rublev. So he is stepping up in the biggest moment of the match so far. Serve is long. So Rublev will have a break point and a second serve. So will he take advantage? Nicolette, I stepped away to eat lunch. What is going on? You jinxed him. Ooh, Nole with a very precarious let on second serve. It bounced off the tape and landed for a second. I couldn't tell because we don't have 3D TVs yet, folks, with tennis. I couldn't tell if that was going over or not. But now the second serve is in. We're into a backhand to backhand rally. Backhand Nole, backhand slice Rublev. Forehand Nole inside in. Forehand from Rublev. Now forehand Nole. Backhand Rublev is long. I can tell right when he hit it. He didn't have his feet set. And so, fourth deuce. This is a long game.
Very nervy game. The Vamos tennis post. What a dramatic game. Yeah, I think this is just a very nervy, dramatic game.
And Nole putting his finger to his ear, saying, "Hey, you're cheering for him. How about you cheer for me once in a while?"
Maybe that's what he needed. he needed the crowd to fight against a little bit. Needed something to wake him up.
Yeah.
Although that second serve was maybe
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
that was shaky.
That was scary.
Nole, I think the Nole fam heart sank for that split second where they couldn't tell if it was going to land on his side or the other side into the service box. But luckily for Nole, it lands in and he took the point. Now it is another second serve at deuce. And Rublev with too much heat on the backhand return. And it was called, but it's being challenged by Rublev. And I think it was just barely long. Rublev, I think he knows as well. And yeah, that's long by about, I'd say 4 or 5 inches at least. So Nole with another chance, fourth chance to serve out this set point number 4.
Yeah, the point about him not serving well, I wonder if he served so well against Hubie, maybe he just.
I mean, look, he had a ridiculous serving performance in the first 4 matches of this tournament. The +1 from Nole. It was a good deep return from Rublev. Nole wasn't able to get his feet set properly, so it was all arm there, and he couldn't scoop it into the court. So,
but he's not moving well. He's not moving. He keeps making errors on the baseline because he keeps getting jammed up because he's not moving early enough. I mean, he looks a little bit tired.
The thing is, when you get a second serve, Rublev can get it back quicker to his feet.
Yeah.
So he's just not getting first serves in as much. And I think that's probably a bigger issue for why he hasn't getting his feet set. Nice serve up the middle. Short return, but Nole goes wide on the short ball +1. And it is another break point opportunity for the Russian. Wow. Who saw this happening? This is almost a 13-minute game now, folks.
This is ridiculous game.
Crazy.
And again, that was just such a crazy lucky shot by Rublev. Barely cleared the net, and then it ended up giving Djokovic a really hard ball because it barely cleared the net.
For sure. He had to lift it and make sure it came down. But then he went wide.
Another second serve on this side. This is very frustrating.
Second serve, break point once again. Let's see. Some nerves in the Rublev box, too. Here we go. Serve is good. High bounce. Backhand return. Nice and deep. Now forehand inside in. Rublev. Nole. Forehand right to the body, but Rublev gets that back. Nole with a drop shot. Rublev gets to it, but goes into the net. Nole with a big fist pump and roar.
I think we
are being treated to some phenomenal tennis under some great pressure from both players. Amazing scenes going on here.
What is Look at that.
Yeah.
He looks like.
I mean, they're taking turns roaring. They're taking turns getting love from the crowd. They're taking turns, missing easy shots. Like we got a little bit of everything going on right here, folks.
I think all of Djokovic fans agree with Nicolette. Get him his special drink now.
You got Joker not getting 3 points on his serve like he's used to. Very good point, Matthew. And that could be a point of frustration because he is used to figuring out his opponents. Okay, serve is wide. Out wide is good. And the return into the middle. Nole goes back to the same side. And Rublev was unable to set himself. And so now Djokovic with another set point, the 5th opportunity in this game. Can he finally do it? I have no idea what's going to happen next, folks. I have no idea. And I love that fact. Here we go.
Yeah, this is my concern with Rublev and Sinner. They're both a little bit better than, they're pretty good at getting a ball back in.
Yeah, for sure. Here we go. Nice serve out wide. Backhand return. Nole up the middle. Forehand. Rublev. Forehand cross court. Nole. Forehand cross court. Chopped back by Rublev. Inside out. Nole. Rublev tries to lob that. Oh my God. Oh, it lands in the alleyway. I thought it was going to land in. And Nole stands there, looks at his box, and fist pumps. There it is. He takes the third set 6-4, and now just one set away with a date with the Italian Yannick Sinner in the semifinals. Oh my God, I'm going to need a second after that.
I'm exhausted.
Crazy last 15 minutes. That last 15 minutes was one game one single game. So let's give that button to Nole. And Zach, if you don't mind, I'm just going to run to the facilities
Yeah, we'll
right
take
after I hit this
turns.
button. So
You go
I'll be right
first.
back in about a minute or two. So if you're here, I'll feel comfortable doing that. So we'll give it up one time. Nole, he is up 2-1 and 1 set away from another semifinal here at Wimbledon.
Oh my gosh, what an exhausting set. Oh my goodness. And 100%, yes, I agree with Nicolette. You know, you like tennis when watching tennis is torturous. Exactly. Yes. And yeah, that this has been of course you can always predict Djokovic will win. He'll beat Rublev, whatever, the stats back it up. But at the same time, you also know that Rublev's not going to make anything easy. It's going to be a battle, and he's proven today that even if Djokovic is able to win this in 4 sets, even if he did get a breadstick, the whole day has felt like a struggle and a challenge. And I think you can see that in Novak's responses, his very long roar a moment ago. And yeah, it's a very exhausting, stressful couple of sets. The second one was smooth sailing, but these two that Rublev won 6-4 and Djokovic won 6-4 have been very tight sets. Adrian Wilson says, first let me get to Matthew Mott. People who call Joker lucky aren't paying attention. Yes. Udit Malhotra, what a hold in the context of the match. Vesna Novak, Idemo Nole. Nah, the rest I can't read. Yes, this is a good point here. Didn't miss this earlier. The Vamos tennis post, that's going to hurt Rublev. So many breakback points. Yes, indeed. Oh my gosh. How many chances for Rublev now? Oh, that was before. Adrian, well, Djokovic did serve it out, but first-rate resistance from Rublev. Quite a game in the end. Yeah, epic game. I think the set was difficult. There were several tight games in that set. So a very difficult set as well. And, you have to favor Novak, but you have to say that there's no, the fourth set could go either way. Rublev is coming to play. He's coming with intensity. He never lets up on the intensity. He's making a lot of big shots. He's making Nole run. Novak looks tired. He looks a little tired, but hopefully he can get a big energy boost for our last set. Okay, I'm going to trust Nole to get the job done. Thanks, Kavi and Zach. See you all when Nole defends the semis. Cheers. Thank you, Danuke. I think you're going to bed is what I'm understanding. So appreciate it. That was one of the best sets to not go to a tiebreaker this week, Matthew Matt. Yeah, it was a very tense set. Udit Malhotra, I think Nole's first serve percentage comparatively lower today. Also, Rublev is playing unbelievable. Yeah, Rublev, I think, as Kavi said, he's playing relaxed. He looks relaxed. And when you're playing relaxed and you have the level of ability that Rublev has, then, watch out. You don't want a player that good to be playing relaxed and not worried about making difficult shots. Goldflake, Svitolina, and Novak both are using something for nose congestion. Has everyone got a cold over there? I didn't see Nole using it, but yeah, I saw Svitolina doing that several times. Maybe they have allergies, maybe a cold, maybe they're allergic to grass. I think it was Rude was saying he's allergic to grass, but a lot of people are, other players are.
All right, folks. So Rublev here, 40 love. So pretty good start after a pretty heartbreaking third set for him, although the effort was very good. And Nole with a backhand slice attempt into the high part of the net, and it's a game to love for Rublev.
Suwon Lim says so many chances for Rublev. He almost got his confidence back. Yep.
Yeah.
Although I think he will have a little confidence from making that last game so hard. So I think he will carry that into this set. But yeah, I mean, any normal player I think would be completely deflated after that. But I think Rublev, as long as he feels he can win a game, he feels he can play. You know.
Well, I think this is a big moment. If Rublev can somehow continue where he left off in that last service game and putting pressure on Nole, it'll give him confidence for the set. If Nole just runs away with this game, I feel like it might be demoralizing for
yeah, definitely. Lee Laubser. Respect to both Kavi and Zach, professional and confident commentary, both individually and when you've commented here as a pair. It's been top notch. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, especially had some commentary. Yes, Gene and I are very active on the Game to Love Discord, and we have a lot of Novak discussions. And Gene, last game was extremely stressful. I was exhausted after that.
Ooh, a high looping second serve there, but it lands in from Nole, and then the second shot from Rublev is a forehand into the high part of the net, and now pretty good 30 love start for Novak in set number 4.
I think this is a good point for Matthew that Rublev's serve has been on point all day. Yeah, again, his serve is better than it used to be, and on grass, his serve gets a little extra boost. So I think he's one of those players who gets a little boost on grass from his serve being a little bit more difficult.
Okay, 40 love as Rublev lands his response, was returning to the alleyway. And so it looks like all of that juju that Rublev had kind of built up in making Novak serve for 15 minutes to end that last game has dissipated with that 5-minute changeover after the set. So here we go. Clean slate for both. Novak, second serve, 40 love.
You pull out the button, and I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, you do your thing, buddy. So, Snehal, because of how much JG is bigging up Eubanks, I'm eager to watch Eubanks Medi. Would love to see Nole seal it in 4, no 5 sets, please. I like 5 sets just because I like 5 sets. But I know the Nole fans are going to say, please, no. Methinks Nole plays a lighter tennis schedule in the last couple of years, sensibly so, conserving energy, but enough tennis to be ready for the slams. I think he has laid out the blueprint for how to set up your schedule to prepare yourself for the majors. All right, here we go. Rublev serving now, forehand to forehand Rublev up the line, backhand slice Nole, just barely over the net, backhand slice Rublev, backhand slice Nole, backhand slice Rublev, all cross court here, Nole, Rublev, same thing, Nole, Rublev now goes top spin, and then Novak goes slice again. Now we're into the top spin from Nole, forehand Rublev, backhand Nole, forehand Rublev into the net, and Nole apologized. I think he kind of mishit one ball in the middle there, but 20-shot rally, and it goes to Nole, as most of them do when they're higher number of shots in the rally. So Rublev down, love 15. Roger did the same in his last 5 or so years. Speaking about conserving energy. Yep, I think Rafa also has been kind of doing that as well, although Rafa just loves playing. But I think last year, and knowing with the injuries, he knows he has to take some time off more and more. I hope Joker doesn't play any more French Opens. He's won 3, and I think that's all he needs. Such a grind on that surface. I don't think he's going to miss any if he has the opportunity to play. He's going to play. I don't until he retires. I don't think he's going to miss any major. I think they're too important for him, rightly so. Oh, folks, totally forgot to hit the 100 like button, and we're going to probably get to 200. So before I forget, after this game, I am going to hit the 100 like button. All right, so Novak here running around a backhand, and Rublev gets brought to the net on a little dink shot from Novak, and Rublev gets to it, but is unable to push it into play. So it's now 15-30, and Nole trying to draw first blood, getting a break here early in set number 4. Man, the pressure he would put on Rublev if he does get an early break. Nole with a perfect mix of footwork and sliding when needed. Rublev, ooh, that first serve was about 2 feet wide. These guys putting on a show. That's a good call. Okay, so Djokovic, inside in forehand, cross court from Rublev. Now up the line, Novak, backhand slice Rublev, forehand Novak, backhand Rublev with some heat, but Nole cross court forehands that. Chip back forehand from Rublev, backhand cross court Nole, backhand Rublev, backhand Nole, forehand cross court Nole. It was called in. No, it was called out late. And so now Rublev is challenging the call. So initially when it dropped, there was silence. And then Nole looked like he was about to challenge it. But then it was called out. And then Rublev challenged it. And it is about an inch, maybe an inch and a half out. So good call by the lines person there. It's slightly delayed, but still. All right, that sets up double break point now. So Rublev, under some big time pressure, Nole with at least 1, maybe 2 chances for a break. Here we go. First serve is up. Serve is good out wide. Nole with a return in the middle, and Rublev with an inside out. But Nole makes him hit an overhead, and he hits it right back to Nole, who does get a racket on it, but it lands back on Nole's side. So he saves 1, but great effort from Nole. I can't believe he made him hit that overhead. That's an example, as Zach and I were talking about, where Nole will just make you hit shots that only 1-2 other players in the planet can get to. Maybe Monfils, Alcaraz, de Minaur, those types of players. Okay, Rublev still under duress. Second break point for Nole, 30-40, and he'll see a second serve, which is good. Backhand return cross court. Backhand Rublev. Backhand Nole. Lands right on the baseline. Backhand Rublev, and it's long. And the break goes to Novak Djokovic. Draws first blood here in set number 3. You might have heard me say set number 3. I meant set number 4. It's set number 4, folks. And I want to thank you guys. Zach and I want to thank you for hitting 100 likes.
Thank you for hitting 100 likes. Now we're feeling alright, 'cause the second 100's inside. Thank you for helping us hit 100 likes, giving the people what they like. It's such a delight.
And it truly is such a delight to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you're having a good time. We've got about 400 plus people in here. I'm having a great time with each and every one of you. And hey, if you are new and if you've never said hi and if you're a little nervous, don't be. Feel free to say hi. My name is Covey, and you might see Zach as well on the stream. If you don't know what to say to us, you can say, hey, my favorite player is this person, or I think this person is going to win women's Wimbledon, or I think I'm from this city, or I'm from this country. So yeah, feel free to say hi. If not, no worries as well, but we're happy to be with you. And speaking of the devil, and he will appear. Again, he's not actually a devil, so. But his name is Zach, and welcome back,
You're so
Zach.
Canadian, Tavi. So Canadian.
So Canadian, yeah.
You make a typical normal fine joke, and then you apologize that you might have offended someone.
Exactly. You know, it's funny. You should see Canadians playing tennis. It's just like, sorry.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I hit the net there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
guy-
I don't want to
the
get
guy-
into a full-on discussion
Yeah.
about this, but what is your take on apologizing after you hit the tape and it lands in?
Well, I was just going to say, so the guy I've been playing with here in Poland right now, he apologizes sometimes for reasons I don't understand. Like when he hits a really good shot sometimes or something, like not for the typical reasons. He's a phenomenal player.
Oh, I think you froze on us
shot.
there. Oh, there you go. I think you froze in the middle of that sentence.
Oh, sorry.
my friend.
And I don't have my mic in my hand.
I was going to say, you don't sound as, there you go. Now I can hear you properly.
Sorry. He'll hit like a really good shot, and then and I'm like, wait, why are you apologizing? Did you hit the frame? Or it's like, no. It's like, so why are you apologizing? I'm fine for apologizing for the tape and the frame shots because obviously it's like there's luck, and you're just like, you don't aim for the tape and you don't aim for the frame, and so I'm fine with that. I mean, I think it doesn't make sense in a way. So obviously it's like some of us are like, well, but I like it. It makes it a more friendly game, a more gentleman game. I like it. But I was going to say, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, this is something else. So.
Oh, I was going to say, basically my thing is, I don't think you have to, like, if someone doesn't apologize, I don't think they're a bad person or a bad sports person. They just, for example, I use Jensen Brooksby, who's a player who, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of. Nole with a couple of unforced errors here, by the way. He's down 15-30, so got to be careful. You don't have a letdown after getting that big break here. But anyways,
his best match. He does not look the pristine clean that he looked on the other matches.
Yeah. Definitely he started the tournament kind of just purring at 100. A Ferrari just came out of the shop and running in full form. Now, he's hit a couple speed bumps here and there, but I mean, you're not going to win a Grand Slam without a couple speed bumps here and there, and he knows that literally better than anyone not named Martina Navratilova. So there you go. We got a good rally going. Backhand to the forehand of Rublev. Backhand Nole to the backhand now of Rublev. Backhand Nole to the backhand of Rublev. He's just peppering that backhand.
He's putting whip on it, huh? He don't normally see him whip it so much.
Yeah.
Like normally it's a more constant flowing shot. He's whipping it there like 3 times.
Rublev goes long at the end of that rally, and it's 30-all.
No,
so what I was going to say about Brooksby is, so Brooksby is like, I don't consider it. He's like, I don't think I should have to apologize because I was trying to win the point and I won the point. Yeah, and I was like,
I get it.
I respect that you have a reason for.
Yeah, I mean, you're Canadian, so you don't understand this, but generally, you should only apologize when you did something wrong on purpose. Yeah. When you did something wrong, and winning the point on something like that is not doing something wrong; it's doing something very accurately right. So it's like, I mean, I don't know, but at the same time, you don't aim for it. So I like apologizing, but I don't care if someone apologizes to me or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's funny when people are like, oh, he didn't apologize after. It's like, okay, grow up, man. It's 1 point out of like 200 points you're going to play today.
So we've got a question here from Sun Liang. Hi, Kavi and Zach. I missed a big chunk of the match. How are both players playing? So I'll just say briefly and then let Kavi say, I don't think Djokovic, I think it's the only match all tournament where he does not look really smooth and really clean. And he's hitting quite a lot of bad shots, unforced errors. He's not serving as well. I don't think it's his best.
I got to hit this consolidation button, buddy.
Yeah, that's my general take. And then Rublev, as always, he's fighting. He's giving it his all every point, and that's how he wins against anyone, and that's how he got a set against Djokovic. Kavi, what's your take?
Yeah, you hit it on the head there. I mean, I don't think Nole is honestly playing badly, but you can't be redlining for 2 straight weeks. Like he's gonna have little lulls here and there. I don't think this is out of the ordinary. I don't think he's like playing badly or anything. He's just, life has ups and downs. So does a 2-week-long tournament. And he started off really hot. He's kind of, valleying a little bit in certain moments, but Nothing that I'm really afraid of for him, for example.
Yeah, and we both said, and other people have said, that he seemed to have his best start ever to a tournament.
Oh,
there's yeah.
Rublev serve a heavy one up the middle, and Nole got a backhand on it, and then his racket fell out of his hand. But the ball didn't actually make it back over the net, so it was of no consequence. He wasn't going to win that point anyways. Nice serve out wide from Rublev at 30-15. Now he makes Nole run, but Nole makes him hit a lob, which he does smash that overhead, and it is 40-15. So Rublev, after getting broken, following that up with a little bit stronger of a service performance so far, 40-15.
So the other thing I was going to say about that 100 likes button. So it used to be a different one, and I forgot that it's a new one. And Ben's singing. I mean, he could be a pop star. That's great job. That song is great. Like that. I love that song. The 100 likes button song. And yeah, I mean, Ben's extremely talented. So.
And it's a service ace out wide. So Rublev takes it 2-3. I'm going to hit that button. Good job for Rublev. Good service game after getting broken in the previous one.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Rublev.
Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine.
Andrey Rublev.
Yeah, some other people have chimed in. Lee Lobser notes, I think Rublev has also extracted some errors from Nole. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess maybe in taking away a little bit from Rublev, he brings a very high level, and he's a top player. I mean, so I think he's maybe made Djokovic look a little worse because he's so good. Also note.
I'm just going to check something. Well, someone in the chat is asking who's the oldest player.
Okay.
I think it was.
Also note that Rublev is. We did things that Rublev is fitter than Sinner. So. Gene says Rublev is like a mini Sinner, so maybe doesn't hit as hard as Sinner, but maybe fitter. I don't know. Yep.
He's kind of. I mean, I think Sinner has a kind of. He's more balanced in his attack from all areas. He's got a really good serve. It's not exceptional, but it's really good. His forehand is exceptional. His backhand is exceptional. So I think they're slightly different. I think Rublev's a little bit more forehand centric.
Yeah, it goes for shots more. Sinner sort of just constant pressure more, maybe. But they are similar in a lot of ways. I mean, they have similar strengths.
Novak with an easy put away.
What were you checking?
Point here in game 6. I was just checking. Someone was asking who's the oldest. Who was it? Daria saying who is the oldest player who is active in ATP. So according to the ranking, yeah.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Karlovic played very late. Karlovic played until he was like 43.
Well, the current one is. I'll give you a hint. He's a current tournament director as well as a current player still.
Lopez.
Yes, 41.8 years old, and he has 90 ranking points. He's the 27th highest ranked Spanish player and 464 in the world. So there is your answer, Daria. Novak now up 30-love, looking to keep one break ahead as long as he can, hopefully until he takes this match, and it's now 40-love.
Lee also says Canadians and Dutch are among the most friendliest people on the planet. Yes, I agree. I lived in the Netherlands for 5 months. That's where I met my wife, and absolutely love the Dutch.
I'd love to go there, man. Love to go.
Actually, they were my favorite soccer team when I was a kid, so it's fun. I think we have a lot of Australians here. I think that's why a lot of people have been struggling to stay awake to the end of this match. And I realize now, I think it's the Australians.
Yeah, I mean,
4:30 a.m. and they're up late watching Djokovic try to get to the semifinals. Kudos to you if you're up till 4:30 watching this match. We appreciate
when the Australian Open's on. I've got to do the same. I got to be up all night. We do have a game to love, folks. Nole takes it game to love. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Lee, I'm going to have to completely disagree with you. My favorite color is orange, and he doesn't like the Dutch orange. Oh, my goodness. What about Arjen Robben? Oh, no, Rublev. He had the easiest short ball put away of the day, and he missed it. And now the crowd is going absolutely bonkers. Normally, they don't go bonkers when someone misses like that, but it's such a big point for their beloved Nole that they are
see the
going
one
bonkers.
from Svitolina earlier. Oh my god!
Yeah, that one was bad. That one was really bad.
Very painful. And then she lost that game up 40-love with the easiest put away in the world.
And then she lost that set before coming through in the third.
Yes,
it was pretty nuts. It totally derailed her energy there.
Yeah.
Although she did find her way back, I think she broke back in that set still. But yeah, here we go. Now Rublev with a cross or inside in forehand. Now he goes up the line on the other side, and now the crowd roars for him. And you can tell when Rublev is feeling it because after he hits the ball, he does this big scream like that exhale as you're hitting it. And you see, I mean, you see a lot of players do that when they hit a winner, but Rublev did on the last two shots there. So he is zooming right now. It's Orange with a J.
Oranje.
Here we go.
People are saying
Rublev with a +1 short ball inside out up the line, and he takes a 30-15 lead after dropping the first point.
People are saying Lopez retired now, which is true, I think. But yeah,
I think he. I think he
got a wild card.
He played in Mallorca, which was 2 weeks ago.
I think that was his last tournament. Yeah.
So.
Suwon Lim, the game just comes so easy to Nole this match. Just a more complete player. I mean, I think that's sort of just the case against everybody, it looks like.
Mario Lopez retired. AC Slater is done, folks. He is done. Zach Morris has kicked him out of the crew. And it's an ace up the tee, and it's a game to 15 for Rublev. He's continuing to stay within touching distance, and his hopes are still alive. A little bit bleak, but they are alive, folks. All right. Let's take a look at the schedule. I wonder if they posted the schedule for tomorrow. It looks like okay, so it looks like the first match on court number 1 is going to be Madison Keys versus Aryna Sabalenka. Some hard-hitting women on that one. And that is going to be followed on court number 1, Medvedev's favorite court, on court number 1 by Medvedev and Eubanks. So it'll be court 1, Keys Sabalenka first, then Medvedev Eubanks. On center court, first match will be Ons Jabeur versus Rybakina, rematch of last year's Wimbledon final. Of course, Rybakina won her maiden Grand Slam in that one. And Alcaraz Rune, to me, the biggest popcorn match of the tournament so far because, man, this is something I've been waiting for two healthy players, both of these guys to be healthy and play each other. So that's going to be the second match on center court. Definitely join the game to love. We are going to have some pretty much all the big matches for the rest of the tournament. I think we're going to have every match, I think. Don't quote me on that, but virtually every match for the rest of it.
Yeah, I love
Gary in the house.
Alcaraz.
Oh, yeah. Gary's in the house. I got to quickly, Gary's my man here. GSL, GTL guys and gals, Covey and Zach. I've been working with one eye and watching with the other. Is anyone else going to play better than Andrey against Novak? In my eye, he's been outstanding today. Good call, Gary. And yes, he absolutely has been a great effort from both players. As you would expect, Nole is ahead, but Rublev is staying on his heels, and he's like a little puppy who won't stop following him. And good job as well for Rublev. Daria is asking a little bit about the conditions. We'll talk about that in a second. But Nole here.
Well, the areas of the court are less slippery, but other areas are still slippery because the grass is not as worn.
Grass is still slippery. I thought it's only the first few days. Well, also there's been raining a lot on this on this during this tournament. So sometimes when it's really dry for the whole 2 weeks, you'll see like the court will be way more brown. But because there's been so much rain throughout the tournament, the green has kind of stayed longer than normal. Normally, we don't get this much rain. I think 2016 was the last time there was this many rain delays or something. So it's been a good 7 years. It's 15 all here as Rublev unable to make it to the drop shot and return the ball in. Oh, he did make it to the drop shot. Just pushed it long.
Says, I think this is a test that Nole needed. It's an interesting point. I like that.
Yeah, you don't want to cruise all the way through a tournament sometimes, you know. You need to have a little bit of adversity to kind of, you know, especially young players, you know, not necessarily Novak as much because he's got so much experience. He knows how to handle virtually every situation you could throw at him. But these younger guys, it's good for them. You know, it's good for Rune to go 5 setters, you know, lose a 4th set and then have to kind of make up for your maybe you had a chance to close it out and you have to kind of learn how to rebound after you don't, you know. So for the younger players, the Alcarazes, the Runas, the Sinners, it's good to kind of go the distance in some cases for experience. But for Nole, it is definitely good as well. You don't want to just be, you know, easy, and then all of a sudden you're facing, you know, say Sinner who's just on fire on that day.
So Novak had a quick serve +1 where Andrey challenged, but it was on the line halfway, and then had an unreturnable serve. So he's up 40-15, 4-3 in the 4th.
Yeah, here we go. Nole now, double game point, and it looks like we might have another visitor in the whole dealio.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Oh, look at that. Just in time.
Wow. Robin, look who showed up.
Apologies for my delay, but hopefully I'm just in time to see something special happen.
Just in time.
Don't worry. JG, Nicolette are on their way as well. So
come on.
It'll just be 5 talking heads. No, I'm just joking.
Nicolette is in the chat.
Yeah, Nicolette's in the chat.
Feeling relief after panicking early on, which I think we all were a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was listening the whole way, by the way. I had the earphone in while I was driving. Great commentary, great job by both of you. It seems like a real new pairing on GTL. They seem to really work well together. But I'm here for the end. We've got the trio of Nole fam in the commentary booth right now for this, and hoping this will be the last game and Djokovic wraps it up. Come on. But I'm here as a spectator. You guys take it away.
Let's just make sure JG doesn't join, because we don't need any sad faces here, right? We want celebrations, right?
So here's Rublev. He's love 15. So Nole just 3 points away with a date with Destiny. And Destiny is named Sinner in the semifinals. All right, a beautiful 2-hand backhand cross-court return, Nole. Rublev could not handle that, dumps that into the net, and now it's love 30. I'm going to get my finger ready on this grass MP button.
Ben, were you able to watch the epic 15-minute game, or you were just listening?
No, I was listening to you guys just losing your minds. That was what it was entertaining.
It was so frustrating and stressful and tiring. Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
so Rublev just hit ripped a serve up the tee, and Nole has challenged it because it was called in, and it was a right call for Nole to challenge, as it was about 3 millimeters wide. So second serve now. Nole return cross court. Rublev cross court forehand. Nole gets that back unbelievably into the court. Rublev with a forehand just up the middle. Backhand now. Backhand Nole up the line. Rublev can't get it. It's a clean winner. Oh my goodness. Nole now
you believe
1 point
that?
Away.
Wow, look at that effect when he puts his fist there. That's very cool. No,
look at that.
Oh my gosh, that pop-up was ridiculous.
Unbelievable defense. I'm gonna hit this.
It was so hard to contain the reactions, because I was like, how did he pop that ball off the line?
Match point.
Sorry to cut you off. I just had to get that in there before the point started. Here we go. It's a second serve for Rublev, and Nole with a return. Ooh, right into the middle of the net. You could tell he wanted to punish that ball back.
He's just he's ready to close it out. This is what he was completely lacking at 5-4 in the last set. It was completely not this Nole. And now he just...
Match point.
Oh, you have to.
Sorry to keep cutting you off, but I got to get this button.
You have
Zach.
to do it every time. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry about that. Just yeah. Here we go. Second serve. Backhand return, Nole. Backhand slice, Rublev. It's a short ball for Nole. He goes inside in forehand. Rublev tries to pass him. Nole with the volley into the open court. Rublev dives but can't do it. And there you go. Nole for the 5th straight year is into the semifinals of Wimbledon. Take it away, gentlemen.
Wow. I mean, what a volley. It seemed like he might get it done with the backhand down the line. Then Rublev with a great shot trying to pass, but Nole with amazing hands. Brilliant volley. Rublev, he hits the deck so much this Wimbledon. He's done it once more on the last point. Fair play to him. He won a set, but I feel like Djokovic gives them away as charity during the tournament because he just knows he's going to win over the whole 5-set match.
Unbelievable, folks. What a great match. Great result for Nole. And honestly, a wonderful effort as well from Rublev. After getting completely demolished by Nole in his second home called the main court. Gosh, what am I forgetting the name here of Australia? But after getting demolished there, a lot of people, I think, thought that he had no chance whatsoever. But Rublev with a formidable effort. And I think it was really necessary for Nole to have to go through a little bit of adversity to get to this semifinal.
Rublev is stopping to sign tennis balls for the kids. What a love! He's such a lovable guy. He's so sweet. He's so angry on court, but that intensity. He cares about people a lot. He's a very interesting guy off court. It was really nice of him after such a loss to go over there and sign all these kids' balls. Is really nice. But I mean, you knew he was going to fight, and you didn't know how much it would challenge Nole. But he challenged him. There was no easy, like even the 6-1 set didn't feel that. I mean, it felt a bit easy, but
yeah.
But
I think it proves
very difficult. Yeah.
Hey, folks, should we hit the Nole button real quick for everyone? Oh, yeah. How about it? Great minds think alike. I'm going to smash that. Here we go. This is for our winner, semifinalist, Novak Djokovic. And just 3 hours and 10 minutes before curfew as well. So there we go, folks.
We're also 30 seconds away from 3 hours on the live stream.
There you go. So
well, it was a good match. I think that Rublev proved that he can win a set off Djokovic on the grass courts. That's a positive thing. But I just get the feeling that Djokovic in those first couple of sets, he's sort of willing. I feel it's just the first set, really. I don't think Hurkacz would have even taken a set if they hadn't have had the curfew. I think it would have been straight sets. But
I think so too.
The fact that when they come back onto court and they start fresh, they sort of blow their load in the first set. Every single person that plays them. We had it. Berrettini did it. Kyrgios did it. Rublev's done it. Draper did it. We see it time and time. We see it time and time. Yeah, but I mean at Wimbledon, I'm trying to remember back of Wimbledon matches. They all sort of come in and he just knows you can have the first set. I was actually surprised that he wanted to take the second set 6-1, though, because I feel that it benefits Djokovic to have a lengthy second set just to tie them out a little bit, like a nice tie break that they lose. And then you know that you've got a real long match. You've got to win another 2 sets and you're already tired. That's what he does. So a 6-1, Rublev's still pretty fresh. That's probably why we saw him playing quite well come the end of the match. And you saw that he nearly broke Djokovic, like you were saying, that 13 or 15-minute game where Djokovic was struggling to serve out for it. So, but maybe in the future, don't win so easily, Djokovic, in those sets.
I feel like you've grown more conspiratorial, Ben, over there. You think he purposely draws out sets sometimes. But
He has the ability. I feel he's that good that he could, if he wanted to lock someone in a deuce for 10 minutes, I feel like he could if he wanted to tire him out. He's that good.
But I
That's
think,
my personal opinion.
What you're saying is, I think, is really important psychologically, mentally, emotionally, because people go in thinking, I've got to play my best tennis, and they put their best tennis on the line for a set or two, and then they're exhausted. I mean, look how exhausted we get just watching it. And I mean, so even with Alcaraz, who we didn't think that could happen with, he put too much into the beginning of the match. He put too much into the first two sets, and then he broke down.
For sure. And I think also in that situation, Alcaraz had a couple days between the quarters and the semi. So he was thinking about it. He was letting it stew in his mind. And that's not easy when you're facing Nole in the, in a Grand Slam for the first time. It's hard to be present and eat your breakfast and, the day before and, practice without thinking, oh, this guy's who I'm going to be facing across the net. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I think we're in for a great semi-final on the bottom half, and we'll see what happens on the top half after tomorrow. But just a great day of tennis all around, I'd say.
Definitely was.
One winner.
Svitolina with a
amazing.
Oh, look who's here. Look who's joining us. Oh, wow. After the press conference.
That's it. I mean, to go back to what I was saying, about having lengthy games with Djokovic as well, though, I feel one of the main examples of this that I remember in recent time was when he played Jenson Brooksby, and that was at the US Open, and he
lost the first set.
He lost the first set, but the second set, if you remember very distinctly, he played a 20-minute game in that match with Jenson Brooksby. And in that game, it didn't matter if Brooksby won or lost that game, because after that 20-minute game, he was broken. And he won the game, but after that, he was never the same again. Yeah. And that's what Djokovic does. We remember seeing against Tsitsipas in the French Open final. I think it was about 12 or 15-minute game there at 2-2. I think it was in the third set. Broke him then as well. And that's what just happens. You play a long game with Djokovic. That's just what he wants. You may as well just hit him all in the net and just go, all right, you have the game. Because that is better for you in the long run.
Yeah, no, there is some truth to that. Give up 3 points in a minute instead of being demoralized for 15 or 20. Exactly. The only player that I can recall standing up to that barrage was Rune in the Paris-Bercy final.
Yeah,
when he had to save 6 break points from Novak in that final service game. That was actually one of the gutsiest service performance games I've ever seen anyone do. But that's literally the only thing I can think of in the last 7-10 years where Novak, kind of got the legs taken from. And not that it was the last game of the entire match, so it's not like there was a residual effect afterwards. He ended up winning the match on that, but yeah, other than that, I can't think of a time where Nole was had his legs taken from him or anything like that.
It just doesn't happen, does it?
It doesn't happen.
Good luck.
When he comes back after breaks, he gets exhausted sometimes. That's the Rublev match where Rublev won. He couldn't keep going.
The easiest comparison for me with Novak Djokovic would be 5-set matches. Let's compare it to the Olympics. So Novak Djokovic would, let's say, be Mo Farah running the 10,000 meters, and he's up against Andrey Rublev, who's traditionally a 400-meter runner. And Andrey Rublev tries to run the 10,000 meters. He's good for the first few laps, and he's there, and he's at the front. And then Djokovic just gradually laps him a few times, and that's it. That's what he does to everybody. But
great comparison.
Great analogy. Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you have any other analogies that you would use for Djokovic's style of play?
I don't know about analogies, but I always go back to what Roddick said. First, he takes your legs, and then he takes your soul. And there's just no more apt of a description. He really does that. Like you said, he'll play a 15-minute service game. Whether you beat him in that or not, he has psychologically broken you.
And one of the ways he does it is he stretches the court for the other player with precision hitting Like he takes those shots and he just puts them barely over the net, barely inside the line. So the other guy is running so much. And then if he needs to, he can do it too, or he can slide into them and get a little stretch going, do a little yoga in the middle of the game.
Well, yeah. And that's the one thing
and he can hit those balls with such precision. Like, it's just phenomenal.
Well, that's the one thing. The only other person that has been doing that in this tournament so far is Carlos Alcaraz. They're the only two. I mean, I've watched their matches and they've been against good opposition. Alcaraz been up against like Berrettini, who's been wiping the court with people. When those players hit the ball with a backhand or a forehand, the accuracy into the corners is so much different to all of the other players that it's just about moving your opponent around, like you said. Like, that's what Djokovic does so well. That's why he never gets beaten at Wimbledon for 10 years on centre court. You see the difference. He will put you in his dogfight. He will say, right, I want you over there now. I want you over there. If you're going to hit a winner, you're going to have to go through the gauntlet to be able to win this point. And how many times can you do that in a match?
Yeah, and kudos to Rublev because he hung in there and he didn't collapse, and he did. And early in the match when he was running him like that, I was like, I don't even think Rublev can last. Like, I think he's going to collapse. The amount of running Djokovic is making him do. It looked ridiculous. Like I said at one point, it looks like a tennis pro and their student taking the lesson, and the pro's just having some fun running them back and forth around the court, and the student is like scrambling, like struggling to make every point. And I think it was after that Rublev broke Djokovic, and I had to eat my words. But at the same time, it's just he does it so well, and it just does it so consistently. And it's just another level of skill. He's got the fitness, he's got the mental, he's got the stretching, but he's also got another level of skill when it comes to hitting the ball in the where he wants to and to make people run. And I think it's just phenomenal to watch.
Unquestionably the most precise hitter of a ball that I've ever seen by far. I mean, no one comes close to consistently. The margins are so thin. I believe that I've heard that he cuts the court when he's practicing. So he'll cut half the court in half. So it's in quarters. And then he'll cut that in half. And then he'll aim for like the 1/16th, the 1/8. Do you know what I mean? Like he actually practices that stuff. And the thing is to be able to do it against the best players in the world, where the ball's coming at you faster than anyone else in the world can hit it, and to still manipulate and control it is we just haven't seen anything like this.
You can't be in this day and age, well, especially playing against somebody like Djokovic or an Alcaraz or people like that. You can't be one-dimensional, and that's the one thing that Alcaraz is showing that he isn't in his quest to be a great player. That's the thing that Rafa obviously showed. That's the thing Roger showed. They're not one-dimensional players. You're not just a big forehand. You're not just a big serve. You're an all-round game, but you have certain qualities that are a bit better. But the whole package is amazing. You can mix up the paces. You can do all sorts of things. I feel like it's people like a Rublev and a Sinner. You don't get to see that many drop shots. You just get to see a lot of big forehands. Some solid backhands, not much net play, and that's what they need more of. They need more variety if they're going to challenge these big players.
Yeah, and I think I put Rune in that basket because he can do everything as well. I mean, he scares me because he's at that kind of, like, he can do any shot, whatever is needed at the moment. And I was watching him against Dimitrov a lot yesterday, and Dimitrov was phenomenal. But Rune can just always do whatever shot is needed. It's like he can do what's needed in any point against any opponent. And I don't think it's at all. I mean, I think it's a record that the only time in history that the quarter finals of a Grand Slam have been played between two guys under 20 years old.
Both 20.
I think they're both 20
both
now.
20, under 21. Rune and Alcaraz.
They're both
21.
They're 6 days apart in age, but they both turned 20 earlier this year.
And they've been playing against each other since they were like 12 or something. Like
playing with each other.
With and against. And I mean, they both have such all-around games. But no, it's not many players like that.
For sure. I'd say Alcaraz has a little bit more power on the forehand, and the backhand of Rune is maybe a little more solid. But Rune can throw in a really good drop shot whenever he needs to, and his second serve, I'd say, is probably maybe a little bit more solid. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to the other two quarterfinals, men's and women's side tomorrow, and especially looking forward to Sinner Djokovic. So we got a whole. I mean, we've been gifted here, folks, with a phenomenal second week of tennis. So let's enjoy it. Ben, do you know if we'll be covering pretty much every match for the rest of the way, or
we should be
all of them?
As long as there are enough people to cover the matches, then yeah, we will be. I will be available to be covering at least. Well, I think tomorrow's the big one. It's the one with all. Well, it's similar to today. We're going to have four matches on again, so I will be available probably to just cover two because they'll be on at the same time as the other two. But if there's other people who want to jump on and cover the others while like centers going on, we can have court one running at the same time. Be my guest. We would love to cover all the matches. Obviously, it's difficult. You can't just cover them all on your own. Otherwise, it's going to be a big mess, and we're not give the proper coverage on anything then. So yeah, let us know the availability for tomorrow, and let us know which matches interest you the most, because there are some tasty ones tomorrow. That's for sure.
No fam in the house. Another victory. Yes. It's 2 to go. 2 more to go. Nice. The scariest opponent for me is next, but I still think he'll do it in 4.
I don't know. If Alcaraz gets to the final, and if he demolishes Holger Luna and whoever comes through the other quarterfinal in straight sets or something, then he's definitely the one to fear more than. Like I've already said it already, I feel like he's much more complete player. Doesn't matter if he's not been good on grass in the past. He's so young. He's learning all the time. Rafa wasn't good at the start, and then look at him. Didn't take him long to get going. He had a Wimbledon title under his belt before you knew it, beating Roger Federer in a final, and not many people can say they've done that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
well, what do you say, gents? Should we call it?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Cheers to you guys for covering this one. Fantastic coverage. Thanks to Zach for he's been on all day pretty much, hasn't he? He's been doing the Swiatek Svitolina. Well done for that one as well, mate. Really good job on your first on your debut stream. And JG jumped in for a bit.
I played tennis for 2 hours, then I've been streaming tennis for several hours. Now I know what it feels like to be Ben or JG.
Welcome to the club, mate. That's it. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
We'll see Zach making buttons from Poland over there.
Oh no, I don't have those skills. That's Ben. That's all Ben.
Could just be sewing on buttons or something maybe instead. Anyway, let's wrap this one up. Cheers to everybody. Make sure you've hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and join us later on. We'll be doing another wrap-up podcast covering all of today's matches, and join us tomorrow for the live matches.
Take care, y'all. Peace.
Peace.